All right, I think we are officially live and Instagram is live. There we go. Looking good. Let me just verify. Double check the chat, double check my sound. Looking good. Everything seems to be good. What's up, Random? How you doing, bud? Welcome to the evening live, bro. About to get this party started, dude. All right. Got a few things that I want to go through. I'm going to wait for some more people to join. And while I do that, I'm going to run through any of these clips that I haven't run through yet. Let's see here.
Mad right now.
Let's take a look what this one's saying here.
I'm so mad right now. I was going for a walk and I saw this beautiful house. It was so beautiful, you guys. And so I went inside and the woman inside screamed. She said, "Oh, who are you? What are you doing here?" And I said, "Oh, hello, ma'am. I'm just a really nice person looking for a better life. And I love your house, so I think I'm just going to move in here." And she said, "But you didn't even knock and I did not invite you in." And I said, "Well, I just took it upon myself, it's beautiful and I want it. So I just came in myself." And she was about to call me a criminal. She said, "But you entered my house illegally." I said, hold up. I know you're not calling me a criminal.
Yeah.
You are a racist xenophobe if you are calling me a criminal right now.
Yep.
And she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be a racist or a xenophobe. You're right. Okay. Well, just make yourself comfortable, I guess." And so I saw this chair over there in the corner, this really comfortable recliner, and I went and sat in it. And she said, "But that's my favorite spot in the house, young lady. I always sit there." And I said, "So what are you saying? You saying I can't take over this spot right here in the house? Are you being racist, you xenophobe?" And she said, No, you can have my favorite spot. I'll just find somewhere else to sit in my house." And I said, "Okay, you're so nice." And then I said, "I'm hungry. What you got in the refrigerator?" And I got up and I went and made myself something to eat. And she said, "Hold on, but I was going to make that for my husband's lunch tomorrow." And I said, "So what are you saying, lady? You saying I can't have free food? How dare you? You're not being humane." And she said, "Okay, all right, go ahead. Eat the food. Eat the food, young lady." And then I went in her purse because I needed some money. I needed a health card, because I needed to go to the doctor and everything. And I could see her in the corner, like looking at me like weird, but she ain't say nothing, right? So I was like, okay. So I got real comfortable, was eating my food and everything. Why her husband come home and tell me I got to get out? I said, "Sir, you're being racist and you're being a xenophobe." And he said, "I don't care. This is my house. You will not be pushing my wife out of her favorite chair. You will not be taking our money, our health insurance. You will not be eating all of our food and just posting up like you live here. Get out." And he was a big guy, so I left. But how dare they? This is the America we live in right now, where people want to hold on to their own American dream and not just give it away to people. Like, what kind of country is this? I'm so mad right now. I was going for a walk and I saw this beautiful house. It was so beautiful, you guys.
Dude, Random, what happened? You had a rough day or what? Yeah? Well, tell me, bro, what happened? You good? I'm trying to set up another camera to give you guys another view because I got the 48 laws of power. I want to go through that too. So we're going to do that. We got a few things, man. I'm going through some clips that I had from the other day. And so let me go through this, bro. I want to check this out.
You've heard me say this. My mama did not raise a fool. And if she did, it was one of my brothers. And my colleagues felt the same.
Let's get this
Proud
started.
of you. Have something to expect, and it's always got to be a fun time. And we was walking on sunshine despite your surroundings, which it's a little glum around D.C. these days.
Well, you know what it's like. I mean, the Senate is like high school, but no one ever graduates.
They just stick.
They just stick around.
Yeah.
You know, we've got some guys that have been in the 10th grade for 37 years.
So we want to ask you a couple serious questions, but it gets into a larger, funnier conversation, which is like, look, the government shut down. The House did their job. They passed a continuing resolution. But, you know, like I've been around a little while, and when that happens, it's a clean CR, as they say, which is basically just continuing what you're doing. There's nothing really to negotiate against, unless, of course, you're in a perilous political standing and you happen to be a majority leader from the state of New York who's up, and you have a young upstart with initials as her name, and it turns out you almost lost your job as majority leader 6 months ago because you did the clean CR and they wanted you to fight and things. Is that kind of your takeaways? Chuck Schumer, is this just like a political vanity project?
Yeah, look, the Democrats have done a pretty good job of muddying the water to make it look deep, but it's very simple. Tuesday a week ago, the country was rocking along, minding its own business. Our budget ran out at midnight, but we'd been talking to the Democrats about just continuing the current budget, no strings attached, for 6 or 8 weeks till we could negotiate a new one. And at the last minute, Schumer came to us and said, here's the deal. We're going to vote to shut down unless you give us $1.5 trillion, and we're going to tell you how to spend it. And we looked at each other, and, you know, you've heard me say this. My mama did not raise a fool. And if she did, it was one of my brothers. And my colleagues felt the same way.
Yeah.
Obviously, this really was such an unserious offer. It's not about policy. It's about politics.
Yeah.
Senator Schumer is nervous as a pregnant nun because the loon wing, the socialist wing of his party, does not like him. He wants them to like him.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to ingratiate himself to the loon wing of his party and its leader, Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on.
And I don't think it escaped your attention. Certainly didn't escape ours in that 3 weeks prior to all of this that she made sort of an announcement on background, by the way. Somebody else was speaking for her. She couldn't do this herself. But that she's actively exploring either a run for the presidency or a primary challenge to Chuck Schumer. She hasn't decided yet. I imagine that the minority leader had some attention paid to that kind of thing.
Well, look, you know, this is America, guys. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. How can I put this? I think that the Congresswoman is single-handedly trying to put an end to dumb blonde jokes. And our attitude is, you've heard me say it before.
And again, guys, if you're just tuning in, he's talking about AOC.
Our secret plan is Operation Let Her Speak. and Chuck just he sees what we see.
Yeah.
But he can't seem to figure out how to defeat it.
Yeah.
Now, and look, don't misunderstand me. I like Chuck. He's a friend, but he could start if he'd stop all the spastic arm movements. You know, he goes, I believe strongly in this. And you go, Chuck, just loosen up, man.
Yeah. But
You gotta love Senator Kennedy, man, from Louisiana. God, I love him, dude. He's so fun, dude. He's entertaining. He's good to listen to, man.
Do you feel good about where we are at as a Republican conference? Because I do worry about this sometimes when the things like this, when we enter a period where you have a shutdown and there's microphones in front of the face of every senator every single day, that you start to get this instinct to almost negotiate against yourself in some way.
Yeah.
And you know, I know you have conversations with the president and stuff like that. You do feel like the Republican Party's united?
I do.
Okay.
Now, we do have to worry. I mean, let's be frank. The president likes to make deals.
Yeah.
And we have to watch the Democrats slipping in and making a deal with the president. But he's been great about sticking. We're for the most part, united. Mm-hmm. We understand the stakes. They're
oh shoot! Whoa! Wrong button, guys. My bad.
What Biden did was take the.
Do you feel good about where we are at as a Republican conference? Because I do worry about this sometimes when the things like this, when we enter a period where you have a shutdown and there's microphones in
there are 24 million people on Obamacare who are in the stakes.
Let's go right here. Sorry, my bad, guys.
And we have to watch the Democrats.
Against yourself, president, instead?
I do.
Okay.
Now, we do have to worry. I mean, let's be frank. The president likes to make deals.
Yeah.
And we have to watch the Democrats slipping in and making a deal with the president. But he's been great about sticking. We're for the most part, united. Mm-hmm. We understand the stakes. There are 24 million people on Obamacare who are receiving the extra subsidies. The Democrats started these things.
Well, it's an emergency.
They said it was for the pandemic. Well, the pandemic ended 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And of the 24 people on the Obamacare exchanges, 1.6 are getting the extra subsidies. Yeah. And what Biden did was take the cap off. Used to be you only qualified for the exchanges for Obamacare if you were a family for making no more than $130,000 a year. Well, now we've got families making $600,000 a year.
They get the subsidy.
And they get the subsidy.
Yeah. It's almost like the Affordable Care Act is not affordable.
No, that's Josh, you nailed it. That's the real issue. The subsidies, don't misunderstand me, are an issue. But the real point from 35,000 feet is Obamacare exchanges are broken.
Yeah.
I mean, they were supposed to make insurance cheaper and more accessible. It's done neither.
Yeah.
And it's so bad that people will not buy the exchanges unless the federal government pays them to. Yeah. It was just like electric cars. I never could understand. They said electric cars are swell. And I'd always think, well, if electric cars are so swell, how come you have to pay people to buy them? and Obamacare is the same way. It sucks so much that people say, we will not buy it unless you give us the money.
Well, look, you're a smart guy. You've got more.
It's funny. He makes a couple good points there. I like what he said. If the electric cars are that great, why do you have to give subsidies for people to drive them?
Degrees in a thermometer.
It's a good one, Holmes.
But I appreciate that coming from you. I really appreciate that. But you don't have to be an economist to know that if you create a program.
What's up, guys? What's up, State Line? What's up, Josh?
That somehow doesn't work from a market.
Random, bro. I hear you, man. Maybe something we could talk offline on our Discord.
Standpoint. And your solution to it is to throw more dollars at it. I don't know, something like student loans, for example. Maybe a housing crisis. Maybe things like that. That things just continue to be more expensive, right? And yet it continues to be, maybe it's just economic illiteracy, which I have long prosecuted the Democratic Party from. But it seems like there's just not a total misunderstanding of where this leads. What are you going to do in 5 years?
Yep.
What are you going to do in 10 years?
Yep. It's just going to get worse.
Way worse.
We tried to fix it. Senator McConnell, when he was majority leader, led our charge. He came within one vote.
Yeah.
One vote. I'll never forget that night.
Neither will he.
Yeah, neither will Mitch. And look, Mitch is still in there pitching. You know, when we all are about when the Republicans.
What's up, Elmo? Good to have you, bro. We were actually on earlier today, and we were talking about you. I forget what it was we brought up, but it was something you said. We repeated it. But good to have you back, man.
Senators, half of them have stopped taking their meds, and everybody's all jumping around. God bless him. We've still got meds to stand up and say, "Okay, boys, settle down here a little bit." And it really has been an immense help. And I know that Senator Thune relies a lot on Mitch. But we came close to changing. But sooner or later, we're going to have to fight this battle.
I wonder what vote he's talking about. I don't know which one that is. Is it one to repeal Obamacare?
Yeah, it's sooner or later, no question about it. But here's how the Democrats, I believe that Schumer just mocks right into the box canyon here. Like, he didn't have a plan for what it was that they could achieve. He had no idea what winning looks like from his perspective. But once you're there, you gotta invent
Random, bro.
things. So he's got a bunch of his colleagues that I want to hear your reaction to.
Low temp, bro. Low temps.
That are sort of like trying to figure out a way to justify all of this. Clip one, if you don't mind.
They have had months to negotiate. And you reopen the government, and we lose our leverage, and they say, well, we want this, we want that. No, there has to be an agreement right now. That's what this whole shutdown is about.
Okay. Comrade Bernie.
So that I don't doubt that that's his view, but the idea that you open up the government in order to give them exactly what they want is the craziest thing.
Yeah, you don't want to waste too much either. I hear you.
On the face of the planet. Yeah. And you keep hearing this thing, leverage. Leverage. But the leverage is just entirely against the American people, right? They are the leverage that the Democrats are using.
Here's how I predict Schumer's going to get out of it. I could be wrong. But I think we're not going to budge. And he's going to be forced to go to 6 or 8 of his Democratic Senate colleagues and say, look, I need a favor. Vote to get me out of this shutdown.
Yeah.
He said, now, he's going to tell them, now, look, I got to vote no.
Yeah.
And I got to dog cuss you a little bit. We got to make it. We got to have some play acting and make this look good. And then we come out of the shutdown. But Bernie, he's tough. But the danger for Bernie, I'm serious. What he's got to watch, he doesn't want to look like he's had a mutiny.
Yeah.
Because then he's weaker than when he went in.
Yeah. Right.
And he wasn't.
This is like it's interesting to hear from Senator Kennedy, like these details, because you don't hear this part of, any of the kind of, I guess, the backdoor conversations or what's like really going on. It's really cool to hear this.
Strong man.
No.
So he's in a really, really difficult spot. And even with the legacy media trying to do the best they can, if you just stop trying to tell jokes,
yeah, that's your job.
That's my job, man. But that's probably, in my opinion, how we'll get out of this.
Well, it sounds like a real big
What's up, Rod? How you doing, bud?
big favor that he's asking of these members, and I'm sure they're going to come.
But he's got
with some ideas.
You're right. You're right.
Dude, if you're on Instagram, come over to YouTube. There's a lot more chat, more activity on YouTube, bro. If you're wanting to.
But he's got some that are up for re-election.
Yeah.
Gene Shaheen. I shouldn't single out anybody, but Gene's
You're
not
right.
up.
Random has a point. Like when we hear these guys when they're having their hearings, they only have a certain amount of time, and they're trying to get their point across and question, whoever's there to be questioned as well. So, yeah.
Peters,
Gary's not up. He's got some other folks not up and who are going to continue as senators, but they're in safe seats. Brian Schatz will help him out because
he wants his job.
Because you said that, I didn't. So there will be the votes there to bail him out, but we're all going to be able to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So getting back to this leverage thing, you're somewhat of an artist when it comes to language, linguistics.
I don't get nearly enough credit for things I don't say.
Yeah. Regional dialects or something that is that core competency.
That means that my voice scares small children. He hones is so polite. What he really means that my voice sets off car alarms.
I didn't say that.
I'm self-aware.
But I will say,
what's up, Cheryl? What's up, Miss Medication? What's up, Higgy Homestead? I don't know. Homestead, I don't know how you say that, but he solved the mystery of 6-7. I didn't even know that was a thing.
You're going to have a reaction to your colleague Sheldon Whitehouse. We talked about it on the program earlier this week. You gotta hear. Leverage is a big thing. Let's hear from Sheldon the way he sort of articulates this.
But we'd rather negotiate with you after you've given away your leverage. Do it in a couple of days or a couple of weeks when we've given up our negotiating leverage. Your leverage.
That sounds a lot like cleavage.
When we've given up our negotiating leverage. Your leverage.
That sounds a lot like cleavage. Leverage? Sheldon? I love Sheldon. It's a nice suit. I remember when it was in. Back in 1978. No, I got to speak to the boy. You just can't take him anywhere.
God. He's good. He goes, I like this suit. I remember when it was in 1978. Oh my God. Let me fix the white balance on my camera really quick, dude. Dude, Senator Kennedy doesn't disappoint. Hold on, let me just boom. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, sorry guys. Gotta do that every once in a while. Get our white balance right so I don't look like an orange dude.
Leverage.
If ever
Let's
there
hear this
was
again. I haven't heard that
78?
before.
No, I remember when it was in. Leverage? Sheldon? I love Sheldon. It's a nice suit. I remember when it was in. Back in 1978. No, I got to speak to the boy. You just can't.
What's up, George? George says, how long can they keep the government shut down for? Can Trump do something besides giving in to them?
Can't take him anywhere. Leverage.
If ever there was a New England defeat, it is leverage.
That feels like a New England boarding school affectation right there.
Leverage.
What's up? User 4545 says, blessings from Australia. I'm reading chat right now, guys. Thank you for the coverage. It can be difficult to decipher what news is real and unbiased these days. Well, we're going to go through and discover and learn, bro. We're going to look at some clips and all kinds of stuff, and we're going to talk. Good to have you. Australia, from what I heard, is super woke, man. How you feeling with all that?
Is that going to play where you're from?
That's not going to play where I'm from. I'm just telling you.
If you go down there and you're like, hey, you guys don't understand. We have to work on the leverage.
Yeah.
What do your people say to you?
Yeah, they go. They say, what planet did you parachute in from, Kennedy?
I mean, it's just bad.
I haven't seen that clip. I can't wait to see White House.
Oh, God, you got to talk to him about
White
it.
House, show me your leverage.
If you do that, you need to report back.
I will.
So just call right in and give us the whole rundown. So when we return, we want to talk to you a little bit about this oversight hearing you had the other day with the Attorney General. We noticed you had an active role on that, on the FBI. Turns out they were basically spying on your colleagues.
Yeah.
Which was happening, and you obviously had a reaction to that. All right. So the setup to all of this is the revelation a couple of days ago.
Dude, if you guys didn't see that video where Senator Kennedy has that hearing about the spying, let me see, senators. That was a crazy. Let's see if this is,
because of Attorney General Bondi.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
may I ask you a question?
If I can answer it, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Are you going to hold a separate hearing on your whistleblower account of the FBI investigation of 8 United States senators?
I think we need, my answer to your question is, I think we need to wait until we see what the FBI can report and whether it's necessary to have a hearing. Right now,
No, that's not the one. Where's the one? This is the Kennedy clash. Okay, this is the one, I think.
But the American people spoke loud and clear when they overwhelmingly elected him. The two-tier system of justice is over.
Senator Kennedy. Yes.
Look at him. Look at him, bro. The one and only, guys.
Welcome. Let's suppose that I'm appointed special counsel at the Department of Justice.
What's up, Green Substance? Good to see you. And it looks like you might be leaving, man. If you are, have a good night. Ruby, thank you. Says, dude, I love your content. We love you, Ruby. Thank you so much. Love to have you guys. Thank you.
And I go to the telecommunication companies, the phone companies. Let's single out.
So right now, Senator Kennedy is talking about the time when the government spy. Well, they had. Well, let's let him explain it. Wake up! What's up, buddy? User 45 from Australia says we are definitely having our struggles. The cost of living in Melbourne is wild. Crime is increasing and ideologies are ever growing. Praying our woke prime minister does not embarrass us with Trump. Well, Trump will let you know if he does, bro. That's for sure. All right, so they were spying on senators using the phone companies and stuff. So this is Senator Kennedy, and he's going to talk to Pam about that.
General, welcome. Let's suppose that I'm appointed special counsel at the Department of Justice. And I go to the telecommunication companies, the phone companies. Let's single out AT&T, and I say, look, I know you're busy, but I want to see a copy of the phone records of a sitting United States senator. They're not going to just give them to me, are they?
No, Senator, of course not.
In fact, they're probably going to ask me what planet I just parachuted in from, aren't they?
Yes, Senator.
They're going to tell me to come back with a subpoena, aren't they?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. What do I have to show in that subpoena to get those phone records of a sitting? Did I mention it was a sitting United States senator? I can't remember. What do I have to show to get the phone records of a sitting United States senator?
Yes, Senator, there were actually 8 sitting United States senators.
Yeah, I heard that.
And you would have to have cause.
I'm sorry, what do I have to show?
You would have to have cause to get the subpoena.
Good cause or probable cause?
Probable cause.
Okay.
What's up, George? 100% agree, bro. He's like, I think he is my favorite senator to watch.
Probable cause, or if it's a subpoena deuces take them, good cause, to show what?
You would need good cause for a subpoena ducis tecum, and what you would have to show is that you believed a crime had been committed, or there was a possibility of a crime, or that could lead to other crimes. We frequently, in criminal enterprises, subpoena cell phones.
By the sitting United States senator.
Senator, they would have to have believed you were part of a criminal conspiracy, is my understanding.
Would a judge have to sign off on it? On the subpoena?
Yes, Senator. Well, for a subpoena ducis tecum, Jack Smith probably took it straight to the judge.
Now, the phone companies, particularly their general.
So again, guys, they're talking about 9 sitting U.S. senators that they spied on, and it's all out in the open now. What's up from the Congo? I guess Samson is from the Congo. What's up, buddy? I love it, State Line. That sounds funny, bro. That sounds like a good little skit.
General counsel, if they're worried about civil liability, even with a subpoena to get the phone records of a sitting United States senator. Did I mention it was a sitting United States senator?
Yes, Senator.
The general counsel for that phone company, let's say AT&T, they have the right to seek to quash that subpoena, don't they?
Phone companies frequently do that.
Yeah. And a smart general counsel for that phone company is going to call the sitting United States senator and say, would you like to weigh in on this? Would you like me to quash the subpoena? We're talking about invading someone's privacy here by a sitting United States senator. Could the general counsel for the phone company do that?
Well, Senator, if they believe that a crime could have been committed, they could not tip off the person who committed the crime. Again, I can't comment on details of this particular case.
I'm just saying.
Getting random, bro. I love it.
Theoretically,
I've never seen you commit a crime, Senator Kennedy.
But let's suppose, okay, they didn't want to tip off the sitting United States senator, but the phone company and the general counsel for the phone company, or companies, if there were more than one involved, could say, you know, this is serious as an aneurysm. This is serious as 4 heart attacks and a stroke. This is a sitting United States senator. So general counsel would likely advise the CEO, well, you need to file a motion to quash. The telephone companies could have contested those subpoenas, could they not?
Hypothetically, yes. I can't talk about the facts of this particular case.
We're talking hypothetical.
Senator, subpoenas are issued all the time through phone companies working with the general counsel.
But they can file a motion to quash.
They could, yes.
Yeah.
In any case.
And if they should have filed a motion to quash, and a reasonable person would have filed a motion to quash, because this is a sitting United States senator, and they didn't file a motion to quash, they would incur civil liability, wouldn't they?
Senator, typically phone companies follow a subpoena from a United States attorney.
I know they do, but they don't have to.
They could challenge it, Senator.
Yeah. And if they don't challenge it, they better have a damn good reason. Right? Right?
Senator, I can't talk about the facts of this particular case.
This is just a hypothetical.
In general, hypothetically, Senator, maybe they didn't recognize any of the names of the 8 sitting United States senators.
Hypothetically.
That was a joke.
Or maybe they should have gone to Amazon and buy some testicles online. Instead of just saying, sure, I'll just show you the phone records of a sitting United States senator on the basis of an administrative subpoena. Now, do you have copies of the subpoena applications for these
Senator,
8?
Senator, I can't discuss anything regarding this.
You can't even tell me if you have copies?
I can't discuss any of this.
All right, when are you going to, General, when are you going to be able to discuss it?
I can't discuss whether there is or is not a pending investigation,
I understand,
Senator. This
but
was
let's
just
assume
brought to light
if
by
there is a
Director
pending
Patel.
investigation, I don't want this to get swept under the rug, okay? Because I think you're going to get pushed back from all quarters. I think the telecommunication companies are going to be all over you like a bad rash because they've got liability here for just turning over these records.
Yep.
When they knew what was going on.
Yep.
I think some
Somebody's in
FBI
trouble.
agents may have some liability here.
Somebody's in trouble, dude. Not just the phone, not the companies, the agents, everyone involved is pretty screwed on this, dude.
FBI agents may have some liability here. I think a special counsel might have some liability here. If I were your special counsel and you had appointed me, and I wanted to get the records of a sitting United States senator, is that something you would expect me to tell you as Attorney General of the United States?
They better have.
Yeah.
And
do we know in this instance of the 8 sitting United States senators if they told Attorney General Garland?
Senator, I just learned about this very recently, as did Director Patel, and we cannot discuss the details. I don't know many of the details.
Well, maybe we ought to get Attorney General Garland here. Do you know if the special counsel told FBI Director Wray? Is that something? Let me put it another way. If I were your special counsel and you were the director of the FBI, and I'm trying to get the phone records of a sitting United States senator, did I mention it was a sitting United States senator? Is that something that you would expect me to tell you as director of the FBI?
In general, I would believe the FBI would help execute the subpoenas.
Yeah.
To the
What's up, chicken?
Okay, I want to switch to another subject in the 12 minutes that I have left, since everybody else got to go over. I've got to ask you about this, General. Secretary Howard Lutnick on October 1 gave an interview to the New York Post about Mr. Epstein. And he described Mr. Epstein as, quote, the greatest blackmailer ever, close quote. Have you reviewed that transcript of that interview?
I have not reviewed the transcript, but I saw the clip of it.
Okay.
Yes, sir, chicken. The one and only, bro.
It appears that Secretary Lutnick was Mr.
What's up, Chad? Chad says my dude's ball swinging like a bowling ball.
Epstein's next door neighbor. In fact, their townhomes shared a wall. And the reporter that was talking to Mr. Lutnick, she asked how other prominent men could have been associated with Epstein when Mr. Lutnick could immediately sense that he was a, quote, pervert. And then Secretary Lutnick said, or rather the reporter said, did they see it and ignore it? Do you remember that from the interview?
I do.
And Commerce Secretary Lutnick said, no, they participated. And then Commerce Secretary Lutnick goes on to say, quote, that's what his MO was. You know, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume, was a video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever, blackmailed people. That's how he had money, end quote. Is that true?
Senator, as our July memo said, we did not uncover evidence. This case has gone through 3 administrations, as well as former U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta.
I know that, Pam, but have you interviewed Secretary Lutnick?
No, Senator.
Do you plan to?
If he wants to talk to the FBI or the FBI wants to talk to him, that is more than on.
Don't you think you ought to talk to him after this interview?
Senator, if Howard Lutnick wants to speak to the FBI and if Director Patel wants to speak to Howard Lutnick, absolutely.
Okay. Maybe we ought to get Mr. Lutnick in here too, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Booker.
So there, guys, that's a little context into what we were just watching, and that's what they were just mentioning, guys. So let's go back to our video.
That on the FBI, turns out they were basically spying on your colleagues.
Yeah.
Which was happening, and you obviously had a reaction to that. All right. So the setup to all of this is the revelation a couple of days ago that the FBI and the Department of Justice found out that Jack Smith was basically spying on your fellow colleagues. They were trying to obtain phone and data records for 8 of your colleagues. Huge constitutional problems. Article 1, Article 2, like this is, you don't need to be a constitutional lawyer to figure that out. But you got a hold of this in the oversight hearing. You're pretty animated about it.
Well, there have been rumors about this for a while. Chuck Todd and others kept saying, it's just a conspiracy theory. Well, guys, we're going to have to get some new conspiracy theories because all the old ones turned out to be true. I mean, conspiracy theories are up like 37 to nothing. When I first heard about it, I thought it was satire. But basically, Mr. Jack Smith, I thought he was smarter than this. I've got rocks in my driveway that are smarter than what he did. I mean, he basically, I guess he thought he wouldn't get caught because he's not stupid. He went and basically got the phone records for 8 sitting United States senators. And we haven't figured out how he did it. Some kind of subpoena. I can tell you this, the telephone company, if he did serve them with a subpoena, the telephone companies that did not challenge that subpoena, that didn't try to quash it, that just handed it over, just vomited forth the information, they have a lot of civil liability. But we're going to have to get, and we asked Pam, the Attorney General about it, and I think she just found out about it, and there's going to be an investigation. But I don't want to see it. I don't want it to be one of these investigations that, well, we're working on it, and we'll be back to you in 2 years and 7 months.
Yep.
That's what we worry about.
Yeah, I mean, your questions were right to that. I mean, you basically are like, all right, well, so what are the answers here, and how quickly can we get them? I want to do a separate hearing. I don't want to interfere with the investigation, but I would subpoena Mr. Smith. Yeah. If it appears that the Attorney General was aware of it, I'd subpoena Attorney General Garland. We may have to subpoena Director Wray. Yeah. I'm told, I don't know if it's true, but that many of the FBI agents that were involved in securing the subpoenas or checking ZipRecruiter right about now. They're no longer gainfully employed. But, I mean, this is serious. It is serious. This is very serious. Yeah. And I've listened to them talk about the President Trump being, destroying democracy and weaponizing. Give me a break. Gag me with a spoon, man. These guys started it. Yes. And I knew, all the Attorney General did of the United States, Merrick Garland, he for the first time he sued a former president, and the former president that he tried to criminally prosecute just happened to be Merrick Garland's boss's opponent. Now, that's the only thing. Convenient. Very convenient. This happens in some countries, but their Powerball jackpot is 287 chickens and a goat. It doesn't happen in America. And when they did this at Justice, I said, they have unleashed spirits they can't control. Yeah. And that's it. We've got a serious problem.
And none of these processes, I don't need to tell you, none of these processes move quickly. But if you were to subpoena those others, as you mentioned, is it possible that the subpoenas could go out and they could be before your committee as soon as this fall?
I hope so. I'm pushing for it sooner.
Nice. Wow. That's right.
And look, this is the danger. There are a lot of ambitious prosecutors out there at the federal level, but also state level. Yeah. And I can see some Republican prosecutors, for example, angry at this abuse of the rule of law, going, well, you know what? If they're going to do this, maybe I'll indict under state law all of the people around President Biden that hid his neurodegenerative disease from us under state law. Maybe I'll just indict them. And then it's off to the races.
Full Banana Republic style.
It's off to the races. And we've got to fight.
Here's what I get concerned about, because this is just the latest installation. We were around when the Obama IRS and Lois Lerner decided shortly after the Citizens United and everything that allowed nonprofits to interact basically with the political process, it became problematic for President Obama. And shortly thereafter, the IRS decided that every conservative nonprofit was now under an audit. Right? Not every, but a lot. Yep. And it was only conservative. It wasn't anything liberal. And that kind of went away. Right? And then we got to a point where the press became problematic for President Obama in 2016 and 2017 because he wasn't doing a good job. The country kind of turned against him, and this is before the President Trump election. And so all of a sudden the Associated Press And the freedom of press, I thought that was a sacrosanct thing
He's 73 years old.
amongst your liberal colleagues. But all of a sudden you find out the Obama administration was, unbeknownst to the Associated Press, subpoenaing and obtaining phone records from editors and reporters of people reporting stories out against them. And then you get all the stuff with Trump, right? And then you get all this stuff that just was revealed this week. And then we hear stories that was reported in the New York Times this week about Hunter Biden and all the nonsense. And it's like, I understand what political hay is, and you and your colleagues make a good amount of that when these guys step in shit. But we're now into a point where it's like, this is a very intentional, deeply problematic, and historically, you can set your watch to it. Every time these guys get in power, they do the same damn thing. Am I wrong about that?
No, it's got to be stopped. And when Attorney General Bondi was before Judiciary for confirmation, we talked about it. But it's difficult because our charge to her, I said, General, you need to go over there and get rid of the bad people and lift up the good people.
Yeah.
And that's easy to say. But when you're getting rid of the bad people, their friends and supporters go, political weaponization.
Yeah.
No, we're getting rid of bad people.
Yeah.
But that's why it's a delicate exercise, but it has to be done. There's some really good people at Justice, and there's some really good people at the FBI. But there were a bunch of folks over there that were total ass clowns.
It's so good to have you. Always a
All right, that's
They're not, but they think they are. But on this one,
here we are, 7 days into a government shutdown. We've been through these before. You've been through these before. Are we close, maybe, to ending this one, or is this going to go for a while?
Well, I think it's going to go for a while. A week ago, the country was just rocking along, minding its own business. Our budget ran out at midnight. We've been talking with our Democratic friends to extend the deadline for us to negotiate a new budget for about 6 weeks. Very simple. And then all of a sudden, our Democratic colleagues said, no, we're going to vote to shut down unless you give us $1.5 trillion and we'll tell you how to spend it. So we said, well, that'll happen when donkeys fly backwards. And here we are in a shutdown, and it will not end until...
Where does he come up with this stuff, dude? It's Louisiana, baby.
60 members of the Senate take their egos out back and shoot them.
But that's going to be a while longer, right?
That will be a while longer.
It's tough to get the egos aside, isn't it?
Well, yes, and most senators, of course, think they're brand names, kind of like Lululemon. They're not.
What is he saying, bro? Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back.
Longer.
It's tough to get the egos aside, isn't it?
Dennis, dude, the hell, we love this guy, dude.
Well, yes, and most senators, of course, think they're brand names, kind of like Lululemon. They're not, but they think they are. But on this one, frankly, this shutdown is more political than policy. Senator Schumer would like the socialist wing, progressive wing, loon wing, whatever you want to call it, of the Democratic Party.
I like loon wing.
To like him. They don't like him.
Okay.
And he wants them to like him, so he will never vote to open up. We've got to get other Democrats.
So he has to stand up to President Trump to do that. And
yes, but the way I expect this to end is that Senator Schumer will go to some of his Democratic colleagues quietly and say, vote yes to open it back up. I've got to keep voting no. I may even criticize you, but let's do a little play acting here and get government back open, but help me look like a tough guy.
We've been through these shutdowns. You were there. 2018 turned into 2019. The government was shut down for more than a month. Republicans have pointed out, look, back then, Democrats were all for, we want just a clean extension of funding while negotiations play out. But Republicans were demanding provisions be put in. It was border wall funding.
Yeah.
And so we have kind of the roles reversed. So people see this and they're like, both sides will argue both things depending on the moment.
Yeah, but and I'll admit in the past, usually it's Republicans asking for something. This time, Dave, we're asking for nothing. We don't want anything in return. Just open back up for 6 more weeks so we can put together a budget. And it's my Democratic colleagues who are saying, no, we won't vote to open it back up unless you give us $1.5 trillion, not billion, trillion dollars.
Now they're trying to roll back changes you made in the big beautiful bill, right?
Healthcare, they want to roll back healthcare. They want to roll back some of the cuts we made that President Trump sent over. They want to refund the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. If you add it all up, it's about they want to extend the Obamacare subsidies. We've got 1.6 million people who are making more than $130,000 a year getting their health insurance subsidized by the federal government. We want to reform that. The Democrats say no, continue it. If you add it all up, it's $1.5 trillion. It's really unreasonable.
So we also have a moment in time where you have the protests against the president and his immigration raids that have gone on. So
you guys are asking how many days. I think it's 20 days now, 20 days since the 1st of October.
Republicans and Democrats at odds over this as well in different cities from Portland to Chicago. The president's trying to send the National Guard in. Democrats are resisting it. There's lawsuits. How do we resolve this?
Well, number one, I talk to the president. I don't know. I don't talk to him every day. I don't bother him. Now, when I call him, he calls me right back. But I talked to him about a week ago. He was resigned to a shutdown. His attitude is, y'all do what you got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do. Mm-hmm. Number two, on the crime and the anarchy in our streets in Portland, for example, here's what I don't understand. We know we have a crime problem, particularly in our urban areas. If I'm a mayor or I'm a governor and someone offers me the opportunity to have more law enforcement officials on the street, why would I turn that down?
Well, they say that ICE and the immigration raids are causing the chaos.
Well, I know they say that.
Yeah.
But what's causing the chaos, if you can call it chaos, I call it following the law, is that we closed our border. President Biden allowed in about, as best we can tell, 12 million people, foreign nationals. We don't have the slightest idea who they are. Some, I'm sure, were fine people, but there were criminals, there were rapists, there were sex traffickers. We have no idea who they are.
From all over the world. There were a lot from China, too.
All over the world. It wasn't just from South America or Central America. It was from all over the world. I mean, the border, I was there, Dave. It was completely open. And President Trump has said, well, until you guys change the law, I'm going to enforce it. And that's what he's doing. And so the mayors and the governors pushing back were the same ones who advocated for an open border. They honestly believe that vetting people at the border is racist. Now, I think most Americans think it's prudent.
So how do you resolve that kind of a divide in view?
Well, if you disagree with President Trump, you change the law. But that's not what our Democratic colleagues who are running these cities want to do. They want to ignore the law while at the same time lecturing us about the rule of law. I mean, I love the smell of hypocrisy in the morning,
It's been 2 years now.
Yeah.
Since the October 7th terror attack. Hamas into Israel, killed over 1,000 people. They took all these hostages, and there's talks maybe to finally end this war in Gaza. But that has also caused a big divide here. There were all the pro-Palestinian protests, and there's a lot of anti-Semitism that went on to college campuses. All these things together, we're so divided. We have the political assassination of Charlie Kirk back in September. How can we... everyone says lower the temperature. Is that possible?
It's possible. I just don't think we have the will. Look, Dave, I don't hate anybody. I don't. I work hard not to. When I say my prayers, I do. I ask God, I say, don't let me hate, because it's hard. But once you start seeing those who disagree with you as evil, not just wrong, but evil, then justice seems like punishing evil as opposed to being rational and saying somebody has another point of view. And that's what happened. Now, there is evil in the world. I believe in objective evil. I saw it on October 7th. I saw it. And when you deal with evil, when you deal with terrorists, it's like hand feeding a shark. Sooner or later, they're going to bite you.
Yep. W. Dennis, thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm very proud of what Israel did. Israel fought back. Israel has defeated Hamas for the most part in Gaza. Israel has defeated Hezbollah. Israel has defeated Iran. Not completely, but Iran's not going to mess with Israel for a while.
Thank you, guys. And we have a Discord. I have a Discord channel. And if you guys want to join, you're welcome to join and share the videos and things that you guys think are interesting to watch.
Wow. And they did it with President Biden criticizing them, and Europe, and China, and Russia, criticizing them every step of the way.
There's a big movement in Europe and around the world. The U.S. is in the minority in this now, to recognize a Palestinian state.
Yeah, I know, but that's just another way of saying we oppose Israel. Let's suppose we asked Prime Minister Starmer in the UK, you want a Palestinian state? Who's going to run it? Where are you going to put it? What are you going to do about Hamas? What are you going to do about Hezbollah, what's left of it, running the Palestinian state? You're going to put the Palestinian Authority in charge. They'll steal every bit of the money. They're doing it right now. This is just play acting. Symbolic. Starmer's in trouble politically back in the UK, and he's trying to do anything he can to get people's minds off the economy. But this is a fact, in my opinion. But I think it's a fact. The Middle East is safer today and more stable today because of what Israel has done.
Including going after Iran, too, right?
They have defeated Hamas, defeated Hezbollah. They have backed Iran off. The Middle East is safer. And it's not just safer for the Israeli people.
What is it censoring?
It's safer for the people of Saudi Arabia. It's safer for the people of Jordan. It's safer for the people of Egypt. And they know it. They can't afford to say it out loud, but they know it. Because Iran, the Ayatollahs in Iran, are working with President Xi in China, working with Putin in Russia. Their goal was to have Iran dominate the Middle East. They bet on the wrong horse, thanks to Israel. And I have been astounded at how much opposition from
Really, guys? If it's not, do live chat. If you have a setting, you can go to live chat. I don't know if you can or not, but I have the live chat set. Are you guys missing some things? And I think I've heard from people say that the same thing, where they're not seeing all the chat. That's weird. Elmo, maybe is it possible you have some kind of like sensor in place on your end for your own personal settings?
From the West that Israel has had to endure.
You use humor a lot.
Yeah.
You like a lot of one-liners you're known for, and whenever there's an interview with you on Fox or whatever, there's always something that it's always something funny. Like when you talked about
W. Justin, bro, 100%. We need to protect him at all costs.
Taking your egos out back and shooting it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are lines that nobody else in the Senate is going to use. Do you find them effective when you're talking to people behind the scenes? Does humor work still, even in Washington?
My job is a lot like yours. It's communication.
Right.
The American people are busy. They don't read Aristotle every day because they're too busy earning a living. They've got time to get a little bit of news here, a little bit of news there. So when I have a time to communicate to them about what I want them to know, I spend about 5 minutes alone before an interview. I did before this one, to think about how I'm going to frame it. I talk very plainly. I'm not trying because they're too busy earning.
Like when you talked about taking your egos out back and shooting it. Those are lines that nobody else in the Senate is going to use. Do you find them effective when you're talking to people behind the scenes? Does humor work still, even in Washington?
My job is a lot like yours. It's communication.
Right.
The American people are busy. They don't read Aristotle every day because they're too busy earning a living. They've got time to get a little bit of news here, a little bit of news there. So when I have a time to communicate to them about what I want them to know, I spend about 5 minutes alone before an interview. I did before this one, to think about how I'm going to frame it. I talk very plainly. I'm not trying to muddy the water to make it look deep. And I have a unique view of the United States Senate because I'm a little bit sarcastic, which bleeds over into humor. But I don't hate anybody. I think I can be fairly objective. I don't hate my Democratic friends. I don't agree with them. But I really don't hate anybody. And you need that kind of distance to be able to be somewhat objective. Plus, God gave me, I've always been like this, Dave. God gave me the right to remain silent, but not the ability. Now,
Dude, do we love Senator Kennedy or what, man? God, I love what he just said.
Sometimes it gets me in trouble, but I say what I think, and frankly, I've gotten better. I don't get nearly enough credit for the things I don't say.
You
I don't get nearly enough credit for the things I don't say.
Think, though, it's important sometimes to make the right people uncomfortable.
I do. You got to make the right people mad. You know, the only thing I've ever seen that makes everybody happy is alcohol, man. It's just in Washington, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I try not to be mean-spirited, but I mean, I'm going to stand up. My job is to represent my people back home in Louisiana. And I try to vote the way they would vote if they had the same information that I do.
Mm-hmm.
W. Justin, bro. He says he voted for him. Damn, bro. Love you for that, Justin. Hell yeah.
Now, sometimes they don't have the information I do, and I have to explain it to them. And my people are not ever happy with every one of my votes. But by God, they're going to know where I stand.
How hard is it to answer? You're a senator. You must get a lot of inquiries from people and questions. How hard is it to do that, to actually reach out and talk to your constituents?
Well, I spend a lot of time back home talking to people, real people. I like to say I use every opportunity I can get to get out of Washington and back into America. Usually that's Louisiana, but I travel a lot. I go during elections. This coming midterm, I'll be in Ohio a lot, North Carolina,
right.
And I like to talk to real people.
Midterms.
And midterms are coming, and see what's on their minds. And I'm telling you, this business about Washington being a bubble, I know that's a cliche.
Yeah.
But cliches have become cliches because they're true. The rest of America looks at Washington.
W. Jamie, bro. W. Jamie as well, man. Hell yeah.
And they think,
good work, guys.
What planet did these people parachute in from?
You have very low approval rating as Congress. Always.
Yeah, we rank up there with hemorrhoids, you know, and a lot of it's deserved.
There was, of course, a senator, John F. Kennedy, in the 1950s.
Yep.
Became president.
I remember him a little bit.
Yeah, you've heard of him. Do you have any aspirations to be a president, to run for that office anytime?
No, I don't. Now, probably 70% of the Senate thinks they ought to be president. And the scary thing is they think they're qualified.
And you smile at that, we know your thoughts.
I don't. I'm blessed to be in the United States Senate. I had to run 3 times to get there. It's the greatest place in the world if you care about policy. I work hard at it. I lead a very boring life. I do a lot of reading. I just want America.
I want to know what he reads.
I honestly believe that our future can be better than our present or our past. I believe that. But I also believe
I currently have this right here on deck. I want to open this up in a second. Let me see if I can show it to you. This is 48. We might even go through some of the, it's the 48 Laws of Power. It's a book I got right here. We might go through it together, just do like maybe 1 or 2 laws. Let me go like that so we don't get jacked up there. Yeah. So anyway, but I'm curious what the guy reads.
That things aren't going to get better. The water in Washington, D.C. is not going to clear up, Dave, until we get some of the pigs out of the creek.
Well, how do you do that?
And you do it at the ballot box.
Okay.
You don't do it by getting mad. You don't do it by rioting in the streets. You do that with and maybe I'm naive.
Random says, don't read that like a Bible. I don't think I read anything like a Bible. But I'm really curious about it. I only read a little bit into it, but I would like to read it together. Yeah, I want to read the book too. I got the nice this version of it, which I really like. But I do want to jump into and learn about that together.
But you do it with the power of ideas. And I have confidence in the American people. I'll say it again. They're busy. But most Americans get up every day, go to work, obey the law, pay their taxes, try to save for retirement, try to do the right thing by their kids. But they love their country. They think it's the greatest country in all of human history. They want it to be better. And they're willing to embrace your ideas, but you have to explain it to them. And I tell people, look, think about America. We're not perfect, but we're good. When is the last time you heard of somebody trying to sneak into China? I mean, think about it. This is America.
This is what I like to tell people, bro. Right here, I've never seen.
It's so great that people. This is the. You heard of somebody trying to sneak into China. I mean, think about it. This is the. America is so great that even people who hate our country, they don't want to leave it. Ask them, okay, why don't you go to China or North Korea? They go, oh, no. But I worry about my country. But I'm an optimist. I'm an optimist who worries.
It's Nobel Peace Prize Day.
Solid. That was good. I like that. I got this that I want to play next.
I'm not a Christian, but
But just curious, because we're talking about books, guys. Is there a book that you guys think we should read instead? Obviously, with this book that I just showed you guys, I'm not saying I want to read this page by page, just to read, one of the laws, get a little background on the law, and then discuss it together a little bit. But if not this book, is there another book that you guys would like to kind of go through together? Kind of look at the bullet points of it and kind of discuss some of it. Obviously, this is not a reading club, and I know I'd lose all of you and myself trying to do that. But let me know if there is a book. Chad says The Making of a Craftsman. Okay, let's take a look at this. The Making of a Craftsman. Making of a Craftsman. Is that a book? Art of War. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. What? 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish. Oh, that's a shirt. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. Oh, that's a fucking guy, bro. You got me, bro. Come on, bro. You got me good. I'm over here searching it. Oh, man. Come on, bro. Oh, my God. I'm like, whoa, 1 fish, 2. What is this? All right, so maybe I'm off by a word. Art of War is always a good one. Elmo says 48 is worth looking into. The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. I've heard of that book, never read it. Clifford Goes to the Beach is good. The Bible, never read the Bible. Green Exum has subtle art. This bad boy right here. Okay. Brave New World. Okay, let me bring this over here. And let's get my Amazon kind of dialed in here, because I'm gonna tag these, and I'll just order some books, and we'll go through, do some bullet points together, and it's almost like we read them. Okay, subtle. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Subtle art. Okay, so Mark Manson, subtle art. Wow, 156,000 people read that book. Book 1 of 2. Is it? Why does it say book 1 of 2? There's 2 books. Why are there 2 books? Everything is effed. Oh, there's that, and then everything is effed. Yes, 2-part. Okay. So 150-some thousand people looked at this, or reviewed the Kindle version. Let me see here. I like hard. I want to do some hard covers, bro. We'll see what's up. Okay, so there's that. Okay, let's add this to our book list. Books to read. Okay, cool. That one's in there. Subtle art is number 1. Subtle art is number 1, and then yes, 2-part. Yep, it's a follow-on. Okay, hello. What's up, Tracy? Don't believe everything you think is hugely beneficial. The King James Bible is a joke, he says. I'm just reading your chats here. Why won't you read the Bible? It's not that I won't. It's just that I've wanted to read other things so much. Like I really want to read Dostoevsky. I really want to read. Here, I'll show you. I really want to read these books right here, guys. I already have them, so I already really want to read this, Beyond Good and Evil by Nietzsche. It's supposed to be a really good book. I want to read this one. Also Nietzsche, Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Dennis says, why don't you read Kamala's book? Because Kamala, apparently that book is all about her blaming the whole world, everyone except herself for her failures. Kaufman is unreal. Kaufman, you're talking about the translator? So he's good, right? We don't need suicide. Dude, this shirt is just sloppy looking, even though it's a nice shirt. What is the Book of Enoch? Okay, let's take a look at this here. I don't know what that book is. There are over 100 books of Enoch. Holy cow. Okay. Random says, if you want to read the Bible, you got to read the old Bible. It is way more entertaining. You guys would actually like me to go through the Bible with you guys? Well, since we're sitting here playing around with this whole idea, let's at least just do a little bit of this before we get to her, because I want to. Jesse Lee Peterson talks to her, and apparently it's supposed to be good. I've never seen it, but it's supposed to be good. So let's get into that. But let me see here. Maybe you should need a zombie Fallout. Dude, I love the game Fallout. I played that. Yekats Leok saying hi, by the way. Maybe you just need a zombie Fallout break. Mark Tufo is the best. Some parts of the Bible are pretty interesting, he says. Random says, from a non-religious perspective, we certainly need to listen. Peterson. Are you saying Jordan Peterson? Ender's Game hostage by Eli. Okay. All right, I'm going to work on some of this stuff. Where is my other one here? Eli Sharabi, hostage. I don't see a lot of views on that. My loaded video. Jesse Lee Peterson. Yes, we definitely need to listen to this one. We're definitely gonna do that. But before I do that, I'm gonna do this, guys. I'm just gonna crack open this book because I've been wanting to do this a lot, and I just haven't done it. And my white balance is off on my freaking camera. I don't know what the deal is with this, but you guys just gonna have to. Let me just take a quick peek at this white balance, but. Let's see here. Okay, go function. You know what? I'm gonna mess with that later. Let's go to the video, dude. Let's go to the video. Let's go to the video, bro. Because I want to see what this is all about. It's supposed to be good.
Do you believe in God?
You do?
Yeah.
And what do you, if you can imagine what God think about what his daughter is doing, how do you think God feel about that?
Well, the God that I believe in accepts people for who they are, and if they don't cause harm to other people, I think that God would accept me.
So he wouldn't want you to overcome that and stop doing it?
Well, no, I don't think there's anything innately wrong about making adult film. And also, I'm not performing currently with men, but if I was, I don't feel like God judges. He doesn't do that.
Have you ever performed with women?
Yeah, I perform with women now, yeah.
Oh, you're doing this with women?
I do make films with women.
Can you define, because I hear it a lot, female empowerment? What is that?
What is female empowerment?
Yes.
I guess it would depend on the context in which
guys, she's kind of hot, dude. Who is this?
Looking at it through, but just as a basic general.
That's amazing.
Dude, what is going on here, guys?
What the? That's amazing.
Term, I would say giving women more power and making them more equal to men in a world that is patriarchal.
Who is giving them the power to be more equal to men?
Well, hopefully themselves, but also other men too, because we need the support of men in order to be equal.
Why would men take that risk? Because women don't know how to handle power. You know, women don't know how to handle power because they are on an ego.
Say that again, sorry.
Women don't know how to handle power, right? It's not in their
Oh, that's
nature.
your opinion?
No,
that
no.
women don't know how to handle power?
Right. No, it's not
I'm
about
handling it pretty well.
Oh, you are?
Thank you, yeah.
Why would men take the risk of giving women the power?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Power, knowing that the only thing that a woman going to do is take the so-called power and try to destroy him with it.
Is that something that you experience?
I see it all the time.
Where?
All around.
Where? Give me an example.
Oh, we see it in government right now. You see all these women are taking over government?
Yeah.
And look how all the hell just coming
Yeah,
in.
you don't like
being
it?
destroyed. No.
Oh.
That's a bad thing.
You feel threatened?
No way. That's why I'm trying to stop it. But why?
Wait, why are you trying to stop it if you don't feel threatened?
Because it's evil, right? And you have to stop evil before it spreads.
Why is it evil?
Because women can't handle power, and when they think that they have power, they destroy.
I think that's a great question.
Guys, let me see who this is. Is it in the notes or something in the comments? Where is this? Who is this? Are the comments off on this? What the hell? No. Let's see, guys. Who is this? She's third. What? adult actress or OnlyFans, and they don't know who? Damn, I can't believe there's no comment that tells us who she is. Really? Not even a question asking who is this woman? Who is she? Dude, am I tripping? She belongs to the street. Oh my God, pull. Bro. He says Medi is a boomer at the internet. No, bro, I build what, dude. I'm all over this, but what is going on? A Corvette. Someone in the comments said it's a Corvette with a 4-cylinder motor. Oh my God, bro. Random, bro. It's Tasha Rain, he says. Let's see here. Tasha Rain. Tasha Rain, like that. Oh, it is. Look at the state line, bro. I know. I gotta be careful, bro. I gotta make sure my settings are okay here. Okay, that's Tasha Rain, guys. All right, cool. All right.
I think there are feminist men out there and men that see women as equal. Not all men, but there are some, and I think they're willing to take the risk because they themselves have daughters and they respect women. But if you don't respect women, that's on you too.
But a man that is a feminist man, is he a beta male? Beta male.
I wouldn't use such a derogatory word.
But to call a man a feminist man is beta, right? Meaning that he's weak.
Well, I don't believe that. I think they're strong. Yeah.
Your
I
boyfriend...
would only date a feminist man.
Really?
Yeah. And I would only marry a feminist man.
Your boyfriend is a feminist?
Beta? Sure is. Yeah.
Is that like being with another woman?
I think they're strong. Yeah.
Your
I
boyfriend...
would only date a feminist man.
Really?
Yeah. And I would only marry a feminist man.
Your boyfriend is a feminist?
Sure is. Yeah.
Is that like being with another woman?
It doesn't feel like being with another woman. No. Women speak the truth. And men, unfortunately, have internalized misogyny. And
when the last time you saw a woman that speaks the truth?
Every day, all day.
Really?
Yeah.
So you really think that those women in the so-called Me Too movement are speaking the truth?
Absolutely. I'm in the Me Too movement.
Oh,
and
you're part of it?
You and I are getting along just well.
You're a part of this movement?
Yeah. Hell
How
yeah.
did you become, you're a porn queen, how did you become a Me Too movement person?
What is the correlation there?
Because you're freely having sex with men, right?
No, I have sex under my terms for my movies that I own, negotiated
But I mean, you're
with my
doing
agent.
what you want to do by having sex with
Right,
men,
I have consent over my body when I want to perform. When I don't want to perform, right now I'm in a monogamous relationship with my boyfriend. Before I was a model on set.
You accused him of sexual harassment?
And I won my suit, absolutely.
And you went to Stormy Daniels about it, and she made you, she said you were wrong or something like that? Help me to understand what happened.
Well, I was on her set and she didn't see the incident happen, and so her perception wasn't accurate since she wasn't there.
So Stormy Daniels did not believe you?
She did not believe me.
So Stormy Daniels accused the president, the Great White Hope, right? Do you trust her accusations against him?
Oh, I believe all women. If they speak out about sexual assault or harassment, I believe them.
How about her against him? When she didn't defend you with her friend, her male friend, why would you trust her when she accused you?
Baby, one thing about me is everybody know I'm super with a good coochie, so I always make a lot of money. That's amazing. I didn't know that about you.
I don't know why something about that video that we're watching just reminded me of this. I'm going to put this in real quick and we'll go back.
Baby, one thing
I'm sure you guys have seen this one. Yeah.
about me is everybody know I'm super with a good coochie, so I always make a lot of money.
That's amazing. I didn't know that about you.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said.
No,
I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby, I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
Oh shit, bro! I can't. I gotta stop it. Bro. I thought, bro, at some point I thought this was a skit, and it turned out it's real. It's a real video. I don't know, bro.
That's amazing.
Oh, dude, this is too good. Come on, okay, I'm gonna play it.
So you think? I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby, I do music.
So you just really quick, for the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Black people, there's niggas.
With a good coochie, so I always make a lot.
This is
Baby,
too,
one thing about me is everybody know.
This it looks like it's completely. Dude, this is just...
Baby, one thing about me is everybody know I'm super with a good coochie, so I always make a lot of money.
That's amazing. I didn't know that about you.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said.
No,
I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby, I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
So you
think.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby, I do music.
So you just really quick, for the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
It's black people.
Bro, wow. Holy cow, this one never gets old. This one never gets old. And then what's Robert D talking about? Robert D has lost it, bro. Is he a beta? Come on, beta.
Beta man.
Come on, bro. All right, let's go back.
Because I feel like when it comes to the position she was holding that day on set, I've been in that position as a director.
Right.
And it's a very, very difficult position to be in.
Would you trust her now?
I would trust her in regards to speaking out against the president. Sure.
Really? Do you love the president?
No.
Robert D says, I haven't lost it and I'm not a beta. I'm just a person and I listen to you sometimes and I can tell you're just a racist piece of S. And I just wanted to tell you that I'm not even mad at all. Well, it's joke's on you because she's not, she identifies as a white girl. She's not even black, bro. She's white. She identifies as a white girl. And she's not a musician. I'm sorry, she's not a musician. So I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. I think you just got yourself jammed up on that.
Oh.
Why don't you love him?
Why don't I love him?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a myriad of reasons why I don't love him.
Oh, well, the chat you read, you didn't answer. Yeah, that didn't come to our chat. Oh, you guys didn't see that? Dude, why are they? You guys got sensors on or what? What's wrong with the chat? And I have live chat on. You guys have live chat on. Moderations. I don't have any settings. Settings, comments, moderation, none. I don't have anything on, guys. And let me go to my other settings here. Customization, live chat, members, live reaction, everything's on. It does it all the time, by the way. It's just YouTube, I think. Oh, okay. Yes, must be censored. Okay, maybe. Yeah, he just jumped in the chat and started saying that I'm being racist. But I don't know what he's talking about. I never said anything about her being black. But people just gonna say what they want to say, bro. There's nothing you could do about it. And that's the beauty of our world. Everyone is their own person. And so am I. I say what I like to say. And I'm not no generic, regular, person. Just like Trump, dude. That's why we like Trump. He says what he wants to say. He doesn't care about being PC. Oh, did he say something else? Oh, Robert feels racism in his heart. Oh, you know what it is, guys? You're right. Random is right. It's confession through projection. He's the racist one. That's what it is. Okay. Got it. All right, cool. All right, let's go back.
But I would say he's not qualified to be the.
After a snazzy comment, what? Read something, said something here. What did he say? Yeah.
President, and so for that, I just don't think he deserves the position. Any sort of sexual offender shouldn't be the president of the United States.
Why do you say he's not qualified?
So I guess it's a good thing I have the chat on the screen so you guys can see it.
What is it about him that makes him unqualified to be president?
So like I said, anybody that has any sexual offender charges against them should not be the president of the United States.
So just because someone said it, that made him guilty?
Well, it wasn't someone. It was many, many women.
Just because women said it, many, many women said it, that should make him guilty?
Absolutely.
So if someone says something about you with no proof, everyone should assume you're guilty?
Well, they have lots and lots and lots of proof, from everything from witnesses to on camera and on record recordings. But because he's the president of the United States, it's really difficult to fight that battle. It's difficult.
There's not two different chats. I'm showing you my live chat. And then you have your live chat as well. I just have it on the screen, so in case someone's doesn't have their chat.
To have the proof, and so therefore, yes, I believe all women.
So I'm encouraging men to go out and just say that women rape them and sexually harass them. Should the women be assumed guilty just because the men are now going to start saying it?
Well, because our genders are not quite equal here in the United States of America, it wouldn't really work that way.
And why not?
Well, just like how Black people were once enslaved as actual slaves and property here in the United States,
right.
Women were once property as well. And so because of that gender inequality, sexual assault and sexual harassment doesn't exactly work the same way as it does with women, as it does with men.
So it's not true that women were property, but let's say that women were property at one time.
It is true. That's a historical fact.
So are you saying that women should be allowed to just lie on men because they were property at one time?
Oh, absolutely not. But nobody, no judge is going to believe that a bunch of women are going out and taking.
Someone says here, can you switch the top and bottom video feed to make it easier to read the chat? The top and bottom. The top and bottom video feed? You mean like switch them around like that? Then you couldn't see the video that well, I think.
The majority advantage of men in regards to sexual assault and
I know
sexual
of so many
harassment.
cases where women have gone to these bars or to the clubs or to the man's home and got him drunk and had sex with him, and then she went and lied and said he raped her. She was too drunk to know it.
Well,
and
how would
she
you
has
know?
taken
Were you in the bedroom?
I
Were you
believe the
there?
man. I believe the man
You believe
because
the
he
man 'cause
said
you're a
it.
man.
He said it.
Interesting. Well,
right?
teach their own.
That's
I
what
mean,
they were
I don't
doing with the
believe
women.
that, but I could see how you would.
My heart goes out to the women of your liberal thinking because they're going to end
I'm
up.
not even that liberal.
I mean, feminist thinking.
Okay.
They're going to end up old and lonely and saggy with no children, no man, no nothing.
But what about me? I have such an awesome man.
But you're not old and saggy yet.
I am older.
How old are you?
30.
So
you're 30?
Okay, so Miss Medication is talking to me right here. She's saying if I could get rid of some chat, hey, my guys are gonna blow up. Okay, so this is me taking away that chat. The problem is when we go to replay the video.
No, don't take it away.
Okay, so what?
It's just that do you get what we're saying? The
Yeah.
writing is under our writing.
Yeah, the writing is under your chat. I know that. Yeah.
So it's hard to read. So is there another way?
Is there another way? I mean, there's a way for me to like rearrange things to where the video would be in the bottom and the chat would be up top.
We don't know. We were just saying, can we see?
Yeah, that would be unless I take this chat, guys, and I just I could do this. So check this out. I could do this and just make the chat small. Can you come show me your screen again, Miss Medication? Move it up. Can I see?
Sorry, hold on.
How high does your chat go? Is it?
Okay, so this is my chat, and let's say I'm like typing.
So it'd need to be up here. And then I would be taking away this headline piece.
Because like we are not looking at that chat, right? We're looking at our own live chat. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like we don't need to look at.
So
both.
you would want this chat to be up here.
And then for the people that replay it, let's say they get to see for the most part, right?
So something like up there would be better, right? And
Well,
let me
let's
see your
what
screen.
They say. I don't.
Let me just see your screen, please.
But so far, yeah, better, in my opinion.
So my face is like pretty covered up for the most part.
Why?
From your chat.
Oh yeah, because we're chatting. We're in the middle of text.
What do you guys think about what I just did with this adjustment? Is it better? Is it better like this? So it would be something like this, guys. Something more like this. Okay, most of the chat stops. So my face is fine.
Yeah, we see you.
So what do you guys think about this setup like this?
I agree. That's way better.
This is way better?
In my opinion, yeah.
Okay.
But no, ask them.
And then can I see your phone again? Because I want to see then what I should put in that space below. What would I put behind your chat? Nothing?
What about the score?
If I put the subscriptions down there?
Do you need to?
Does that screw things up?
You have to act like you're chatting.
Well, look, I just put that down there.
Yeah, you messed it up.
So does that, what do you guys think? subscriptions down there.
No, you gotta like act like you're chatting, you know? Because it's harder when you're like typing. Yeah, subs can be there, honestly.
You think so?
I think so, but ask other people.
They say can't see other people's usernames. So maybe I'll just put that back.
Yeah, put it back.
Just leave that blank down there.
Oh, he's right. Why don't you swap? Oh.
Swap what?
I don't know. What did he say?
Random, bro. Come try half of what I do, man. And by the way, I build websites, bro. It's one of the things I've done.
No, he needs to bully you.
I know he's bullying me. I know, bro. I know. I could take it. You're fine, bro. Some trolls in the chat trying to distract the host. It's all good. Random, bro. Love you, man. It's all good. Elmo says left and right bottom half of your screen. What should I do left and right bottom half of your screen? Let me see what he's saying here, Elmo. Try swapping your face and the old length of the chat scroll.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, so
and the other one.
So let me try that. So if I go here,
this is so funny.
I know it's funny, bro, but this is good. This is actually phenomenal. So if I go here and I grab this and this and this and make this let me just do this real quick. Okay, so you're saying to move this over to here.
Nothing. Oh
yeah. And then this is Elmo. It's saying move that there and then bring this over to here.
I don't like that. Okay.
And then put this on top of this. Where the hell did my chat go? Oh, there's my chat. There we go. So now we got chat here.
No. No.
Random's still messing with me, dude. He's loving it. Look at him.
No, he's actually being serious. Everyone's on the phone. We're not seeing it like how big you see it. No. Your face out of the chat right now. That is disturbing.
Is it? No good? You guys are not liking it?
Things are up your nose. I don't like it.
All right, so we go back.
But it did get cleaner this last time.
Like this? This is better, huh? Any idea for what to have to the left? He looks good there.
Yeah. This is so much better, right, everyone? Hold on.
Miss Medication is saying this is way better, right?
I literally have Tourette's reading chat sometimes. Right.
All right, so you guys like this better. All right. Random says leave a blank space behind the chat. Yeah, this is good. Don't put anything behind the chat. That's what they're saying. Try swapping the video top half to the bottom. Elmo, I don't think it's gonna work, bro. I think back here behind the chat should be empty. Now, is the chat stopping where it needs to stop?
Yeah.
Can I see your screen?
It's perfect.
Okay. All right, we'll keep that. Can I see your screen one more time, please?
Just keep my phone.
Actually, can you give me this? There's a plastic stand over there. I could use that for my phone and just have that myself.
Where is it?
On the counter right there. It's good now. So you guys like this more?
Way better.
Way better? Okay. All right.
Oh, that's true. Why don't you go up a little and bring the subs down somewhere? She's right. Whoever said that.
Who said that?
Or she, or nobody knows.
So move me up here and bring the subs down.
No. That's not what we said. But just put the subs like somewhere else. But you see, you're up more. They're right. Exactly. Perfect. Look, your face is more in it now.
Okay, so my face is more up, more in it, and then I could actually adjust this to make it a little bit better, like that.
I don't even know what you just did, but okay.
Let me see.
No, you're not too close. Oh, no, you're right.
All right, and then bring
the
this.
subs a little to the left.
All right.
It needs to go to the left. That's perfect.
How's that?
But the live is cut off. Oh. The
video. leave the subs to the right. Let me go my screen here, and I could see it if it's here. And I would just go like this. Okay. All right, now I'm looking at myself. Now I'm looking at it. Okay, so subs can go more to the right, like right here. Okay, so there's that, and then the chats on top of each other look a little cluttered to me.
It was better than before.
But it's better than before. Put the subs on the video. The subs on the, like up here, but we'll be blocking the video. Like up here somewhere.
Does it bother you over there?
Over the porn star's face, bro. You guys are having fun with this, bro. This is funny, dude.
Who said that? I didn't read that.
All right, what's random saying, bro? Who gives a shit about a tiny corner of the video we're lifting?
I agree. I agree with you. This is good, where you put it.
Good call, guys.
That's amazing. Put the thing.
What?
That's amazing.
Oh,
that's amazing. That's amazing.
That's amazing. This looks kind of clean, guys.
It looks very clean. Whoever spoke up, I've been telling them that.
Elmo says the chat stops on your top lip. Okay, so you guys weren't even looking at me properly, bro. You guys didn't even care about my pretty little face. Oh my God, bro. Random says chat is super easy to read now. Awesome, bro. I'm so glad to hear.
Tell them how many times I complained about the chat.
Miss Medication says, tell them how many times I complained about the chat.
And he's like, la, la, la.
I was like, no,
la,
but
la,
they
la.
need to see it.
No. Literally, this is you. La,
All right.
la, la.
All right, cool. All right, I like that. But it doesn't look too cluttered. All right, let's do that. And then I'm gonna move. I got room now to do some stuff up here. And then we'll play around with this. We'll do a little bit of this right here to clean it up. That'll clean some stuff up right there. And then if I come in here and I do the headline, I can add the headline back, go like this, and bring it back up here. And we could play around with some stuff, but it's all good. I'll figure it out from here. All right, let's get back. You guys ready?
I sure am.
Amazing. So I got to ask about politics, all right?
You're killing me.
I am why?
Because you're kind of funny.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
No, okay.
So listen, is it true that you vote for Crooked Line Hillary? You voted for her?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I did vote for Hillary Clinton.
Crooked Line Hillary?
No, don't remember that before.
You trust Hillary?
I sure do.
And how do you feel that she stayed with Bill Clinton after he was accused of
marriage
rape?
is complicated.
How do you feel about Hillary staying with a man that was accused of raping and sexual harassment?
It's not great that he did that, but I don't think it reflects on her.
How do you feel about Hillary staying with a man who was accused of sexual harassment and raping and all that?
I feel like I respect Hillary Clinton, and if that was her choice as a wife and a mother, then that was her choice, and I respect that.
But how can she pretend to be a part of the so-called women's movement, whatever they call themselves, when she is living with a man that's been accused of that?
Well, when it comes to gender...
Isn't that a little hypocritical?
When it comes to gender and race, things are not black and white. It can get very complex. And so, you know, sometimes you're a woman in a position of power and something happens like that to you, but you still want to stand up for women. It doesn't take away your desire to help women.
But how can you trust Hillary in the Me Too movement when she's living with a man who was accused of what you guys are complaining about?
Because a lot of people are in a position in society that they didn't necessarily choose for themselves. And so they're just trying to do their best with what they've got.
So is she so weak that she can't get away and survive on her own?
No, not at all. Just people are surviving in different ways.
She needs Bill. I thought women were strong.
Women are strong.
Then why is she staying with Bill?
Well,
my case.
She is a good wife and a mother, and that's her choice.
I can think of many things to call.
I was muted. Sorry, bro. I said it's okay. We lost a few viewers, but it's okay. I'm glad to do that to fix the stream for the future. Hell yeah. Thank you.
Hillary, good wife and mother is not one.
Well, I agree to disagree with you.
Oh, so do you see why men would see that you guys are hypocrites?
No, I don't.
Because you support Hillary Clinton, who supported a man who was accusing of that, because Hillary is in a position of so-called power. So, okay, Hillary, you can live with your molester, but you can go out and attack other men.
Listen, nobody's perfect, and we're all just doing the best we can do.
That's the best that women can do?
The best that Hillary can do is just being her awesome self.
Amazing. So let me ask, you're a feminist, am I right?
Correct.
How do you define feminism?
That's a great question. I think I would define my version of feminism is having the right to do what I want with my body when I want and being able to be on the same playing field as men.
Being a feminist, do you think pornography degrades women?
I think some pornography degrades some women. I think some entertainment degrades some men and women.
So what I've noticed about, not all women, not all, but most, the things that they're into, that's okay. But the things they're not into, that's bad. Women, feminist women especially, they like messed up. If they're doing wrong, what they're doing is fine, right? But over here, if they're not into it, it's wrong. Like lying, crooked Hillary. If Hillary was really into looking out for women and pushing the feminist idea, she would leave Bill Clinton. If she were really strong,
well, you don't know what she would do because you're not
Clinton.
Hillary. Like if you're not in somebody's position, you don't know what you would do.
You know
That's
what I
the thing.
You know what I wanted to ask you about?
I'm scared, but I'm ready. I'm a maker of hardcore adult content. And I would never vote against myself.
Because you're doing it. It reminds me of...
Muted again. I said, geez, man, sorry. I'm just all over the place right now. I said it's better, like Elmo was saying, better work things out, better work it out now. But what I was saying is, she was saying that it's wrong for Trump to do it, but it was okay for Bill Clinton.
Hillary Clinton, she's living with a man that was accused of rape, so she's not going to do anything about that. So
I think
likewise,
these
you
two
don't
examples
think,
are greatly different. I don't even see a correlation.
likewise, because you've done a hardcore poem, you don't think it should be illegal to post it on the net, right?
I don't think that should be illegal for adults to assume adult content.
It's time for me to heat this up. I gotta
Heat this up?
Yeah.
What?
I gotta put you in the hot seat.
The hot seat? That's been like the last hour we've been in a hot seat. This is
No seeds, bro. Super dried out apricots. Super, super duper dried out apricots. Super duper dry.
like, whoa.
So I'm going to ask you
It's
some
not ready.
questions.
I mean, I've been practicing meditation and I just wasn't ready for this. This is wild.
But this is I need you to answer quickly as
Wait,
possible.
I think you should have Tommy Lauren on here. Do you know
Tommy
who that
Lauren?
is?
That conservative girl?
I think you should have her on here.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
would
like you
like-
two would be just like so fun to watch.
Oh, you like her?
Not necessarily. I just think you two would be like a fun combo.
And why do you think that?
I don't know. It's just what I would want to see. So I'm just requesting it.
Okay. You hear that, producer? All right. Is there a difference between men and women?
Sure is.
And what's the difference?
Oh, well, we don't have enough time to delve into that.
We got time.
You don't have enough time to tell me the difference between men and women?
No.
What is a man?
The question is too vague.
Here
a lot
we
of your
go.
questions are super vague. They're confusing.
All he said was, "What is a man?"
They sound quite clear to me.
No.
What is a man?
In regards to what?
That's amazing. What the? A man.
Let me do that again.
Tell me.
No.
What?
The question is too vague. A lot of your questions are super vague. They're confusing.
They sound quite clear to me.
No.
What is a man?
In regards to what?
To a man.
I mean, usually men have a penis.
Have what?
That's a start.
Usually, but not always. That's why it's like I'm
I
apprehensive.
know,
A lot.
huh?
Some people don't.
Oh, I
Some
see.
people aren't even born with them, or
I
maybe they
forgot
get them
about
cut
this
off. I
other
don't
weird
know.
stuff that's happening. Should women be allowed to vote?
I think these questions are a little too derogatory for me to answer. I don't want to answer them anymore.
Random. See if your son plays Clash Royale, bro. I'll give him a run for his money.
No, these
No,
are
I
just
don't
fun
like. But I don't
questions.
like.
All
them.
my guests go.
But I'm
through.
asking you, let's not do it because I didn't agree to it, so we're not going to do it.
The high seat question.
See, look at you practicing consent.
You don't
You're
want to
doing
do
so
the high
good.
seat question?
I don't because
They're
I
just-
don't like the way it's going.
Oh.
So I'm just going to say no to it, and then you're going to put it down.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's amazing.
Okay.
You scared. I thought you were a strong woman.
uncomfortable. I'm
Aren't you a strong
uncomfortable.
woman?
Well, I didn't consent to this, so.
But no, it's part of the interview. That's all it is. No
Nobody
difference.
told me that there was going to be a hot seat question and that the questions were going to be so misogynistic. I'm just not interested, so we're not going to do it.
Did you have fun?
I had a little bit of fun,
what?
but it was also pretty nerve-wracking. I feel like you're angry. So angry.
Amazing.
But I did watch.
He. I wanted to watch to hear the hot seat question, man. Come on now.
He placed 5th as a male athlete, but then transgendered or transformed into or transitioned is what I'm trying to say into a transgender woman and competed at the state level and came in first. She came in first. Are you kidding me?
I believe that you should take
You
the First
heard of
Amendment
curb your
seriously, sir.
enthusiasm? Here's my saying, curb my nausea. Are you telling me the Columbia administration and the faculty was supportive of the Jewish community?
I think that they are
You
trying
need to
find...
stop dipping into your ketamine stash.
I haven't heard that one, bro.
Thank you all for being here. Ms. Solomon, I want to be sure I understand your testimony. Did I understand you to testify that anti-Semitism is worse under the Trump administration?
Senator, thank you for your question.
You don't have to thank me. Your best thanks is to answer.
Okay, well, I'll tell you that anti-Semitism has been rising, especially since the 2017
but has the Trump
Charlottesville attack.
administration caused that? Is that your testimony?
I wouldn't say the Trump administration has caused anti-Semitism. Has there been an increase since Trump has entered office? Yes.
Do you see a causal connection there?
Yes.
Why?
Trump has highlighted and platformed neo-Nazis and white supremacists.
Okay. Mr. I can't see that far.
Racklin.
Mr. Racklin, I understood you to say that in answer to Senator Durbin's question, the spending reductions, reducing the federal budget would increase anti-Semitism. Isn't that what you said?
No, I did not. I said that the constant threats to cut money to the Office for Civil Rights and
This music in the background better not get me hit for freaking copyright, bro. Why do they have to put music behind this stuff? We want to hear Kennedy, not the music.
Department of Education prevents the federal government from adequately investigating anti-Semitism and other hate crimes on college campuses.
So you think one way to stop anti-Semitism is to give people more money? Is that right?
I think one of the ways is to actually fund people that are actually designed to investigate anti-Semitism on college campuses.
What's there to investigate? We see it.
We
saw it. Did you watch television? Did you see what happened at Columbia?
Random, you'd be surprised what they hit you for, bro. The dumbest shit you've ever heard in your life. Little tiny bits of music here and there. They're like, oh, copyright.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it was clear to me that the administration at Columbia and most members of the faculty believe passionately in diversity, equity, inclusion, and the right to hurt Jews. That's what I saw. Isn't that what you saw?
I saw.
The administration at Columbia and most members of the faculty believe passionately in diversity, equity, inclusion, and the right to hurt Jews. That's what I saw. Isn't that what you saw?
I saw.
Isn't that what you saw?
I saw protesters against the war in Gaza and them using some anti-Semitic slogans and thoughts. I would say, however, that it's hard. I would say,
isn't that what you're telling me? That's not what you saw. Now, don't get off the subject on me now. You're telling me that's not what you saw.
I'm telling you that it is difficult for the federal government to adequately address the issue of anti-Semitism.
Are you telling me the Columbia administration and the faculty was supportive of the Jewish community?
I think that they are trying to
You need to stop dipping into your ketamine stash.
Into what? Excuse me?
Now, if we're going to solve this problem, we need to talk about it. And it wasn't just at Columbia. It was at Berkeley. It was at UCLA. It was at Barnard. And Columbia has a history of discriminating against the Jewish people. They used to refuse to let Jewish students come to their university. Now, you can try to bubble wrap this, but that's what I saw. If you want to stop a lot of the anti-Semitism, maybe we need to stop teaching kids to be anti-Semitic.
Sir, I would relish that opportunity.
Let me ask you a question, Ms. Kohab. Did I say that right?
Kohab.
Do you think it's possible to feel compassion for the Palestinian people without hating Jews?
Absolutely.
Would you elaborate on that? Because it looks to me like many of our Ivy League universities, they weren't the only ones. Some universities handled it well. Vanderbilt, University of Chicago, Tulane. But it looks like the administration was teaching kids you got to pick a side. Mm-hmm. You either have to hate Jews or you have to be for Hamas. You can't be. There's no middle ground. Tell me what you saw. You've written a book about it. Maybe Mr. Rocklin ought to read it.
Just because we are testifying, I wrote a chapter in the anthology Young Zionist Voices about what's happening on college campuses, and my book is coming soon, so look out for that.
Good plug, but
so let me answer your question.
Can you feel compassion for the Palestinian people and not hate Jews?
Absolutely. I think that what I've seen on college campuses is a pushing of a Marxist framing of the way that you see the world. And this is not only in liberal studies departments. I've taken dance classes, I've taken creative writing classes, where your final project is literally called the Political is personal. And what they're teaching you on college campuses is that the political is personal and that everything should be personalized. And there's a global north, a global south, a global right, and a global wrong. And the issue with college campuses and what's happening right now in the United States is that we're allowing ideology to drive violence. A society that says that you can commit violent acts based on your ideology because your ideology is correct is a society that's eroding. And that's what I see on college campuses. Now, you asked if I could feel Palestinian peoplehood, right? If I could feel compassion for the Palestinian people. Absolutely. And every night when I go to bed, yes, I pray for the Jewish people, but I also pray for the Palestinian people, for God to send them leaders that actually care more about their safety. Leaders that put their people's safety in order to propel an ideology at risk aren't leaders. If you look at Hamas, they tout what happened after October 7th up until this day as a victory. How can you lie in rubble after thousands of your people have died and call that a victory? So what I see that has to happen on college campuses is de-radicalization. Until you admit that there's a radical ideology happening on a college campus, you cannot fight it. You cannot fight it.
Professor Franks, let me ask you, I listened to your and Ms. Hemingway's testimony and Professor Turley's, so I got part of it. As I understand it, your position, Professor Franks, is that, I think you used the word myth. It is a myth that the Biden administration used government to compel speech, private speech, but that the Trump administration is doing that. Is that a fair characterization?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Do you think perhaps you're allowing your personal political beliefs to affect your objectivity here?
No, I do not. What is guiding my answers here is that I'm looking to see what the Supreme Court has said. You notice that in the testimony about the censorship industrial complex.
I got that part.
No, I just
want
to
to
clarify.
No, but I've only got 5 minutes. Your answer is no, as I appreciate it. Let me ask you a couple questions. You wrote a law review article in December of 2023 for the New York University Law Review, and it was about the two cases, Bruin, Supreme Court case, and Dobbs. Remember that article?
Yes, I do.
Okay. In this article, you said, I'm going to quote your words. Taken together, these two cases demonstrate that the Supreme Court has embraced the use of the Constitution as a tool of racial patriarchy, end quote. Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. And then you went on to say, thank you, quote, Chairman, I apologize for having to miss the to.
That music was driving me nuts, dude.
Referring to the current United States Supreme Court, has turned the Constitution into a homicide pact as well, close quote. Did you write that?
That sounds like me.
Okay. In November of 2024, you tweet, don't you?
I'm not sure what the current terminology is for it, but yes, I am sometimes on the social platform that was formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, you're on a lot, aren't you?
I'm not sure what the relevance of that is.
You're trying to be provocative on there, don't you?
Again, I'm not sure what the relevance
well,
of this question is.
Let me show you the relevance. On November 7th, 2024, from your tweet, here's one of your tweets at 2:41 p.m., quote, the majority of Americans hate women. The majority of Americans hate women more than they love anything, including democracy, close quote. Did I read that correctly?
I am not sure what this has to do with the subject matter of this.
Did you say it?
I do not have those words in front of me. I probably said something along those lines, but what is the relevance of that to this hearing?
Big as Dallas, right there.
Yes.
But your political beliefs don't impact your feelings about President Biden or President Trump.
I don't have feelings about either of them. What I have
is to me like you have your favorite feeling is anger.
Damn, bro. And we're seeing it on full display.
Let me ask you this. You have your favorite feeling, your feelings about President Biden or President Trump.
I don't have feelings about either of them. What I have
is to me like you have your favorite feeling is anger.
Let me ask you this. You issued another tweet.
Damn, bro. Get her, Kennedy. Get her, bro.
This was in May of 2022. You've just been tweeting up a storm.
She tweeted that the majority of Americans hate women more than they hate anything. How completely disconnected from reality do you have to be?
You said, quote, there's a reason why the conservative-dominated Supreme Court thinks
the majority of America loves women and they're doing everything they can to get more women. I don't know what you're smoking, lady.
The Constitution does not contain a right to an abortion.
90% of what 90% of the men in the country are doing is for women.
But is convinced that it contains an individual right to possess firearms. And that reason is white male supremacy, close quote. Did I read that correctly?
Is there a question in this?
Did I read that correctly? And that reason.
Hold on.
But is convinced that it contains, or thinks the Constitution does not contain a right to an abortion. But is convinced that it contains an individual right to possess firearms. And that reason is white male supremacy, close quote. Did I read that correctly?
Is there a question in this?
Did I read that correctly? That's
is there
my
a question that is relevant to this hearing?
Did I read that correctly? Do you really think that the United States Supreme Court, you're an officer of the court, is guided by white male supremacy?
I believe that the First Amendment prohibits the president and
did
other
you
state
say
officials for punishing people for
Did
their
you honestly say that, Professor?
I
And you
believe
expect us,
that the First
as a
Amendment,
Democratic witness, to take you seriously? Are you kidding me?
I believe that you should take
You
the First
heard of
Amendment
curb your
seriously, sir.
enthusiasm? Here's my saying, curb my nausea.
And mine too.
I believe that you should
The
take
time
the First
has expired.
Amendment
Thank
seriously.
you, Senator.
Wow.
Would any of you advise a client to defy a federal court order?
No.
None of you would? How about you, Professor?
I mean, under most circumstances, we follow the government and private parties follow court orders. I suppose it's not, I would not rule out ever the possibility that in a sufficiently egregious order, there should be some consideration of whether there's a way.
So in some cases,
I think it's a qualified answer, yes.
In some cases you would.
In an extremely narrow band of cases, I think it would be considered, yes.
Okay. Do any of you think that nationwide or universal injunctions are not being abused?
I'm not sure what if I may, Senator, I'm not sure what the time horizon of the question is. I don't think that there could be good faith disagreements about the correctness of some of them, but I have not seen in the last 4 months abuse. No.
I've read your stuff and I've read your writings, and I don't want to get bogged down with this, but I have little respect for your opinion because I've read your stuff. When someone is in the White House that you agree with and someone gets a universal injunction against him, you don't like universal injunctions. You called them judges acting like they're politicians in robes and judges looking like crass political actors. But now that President Trump's in the White House, who you dislike, you think that universal injunctions taste like pumpkin pie. So I have to discount what you say because I think you act on your political beliefs. And I worry that that's what you're teaching your kids. So I'll leave you out of that. Do you think nationwide injunctions are being abused?
Certainly, Senator. I think that is.
They're being abused by both sides, aren't they?
Yes, Senator.
Both Republicans and Democrats are forum shopping, aren't they?
Certainly.
Professor, do you disagree with that?
I think both sides are abusing them. I agree.
Okay. Both sides.
Yeah.
There are no clean hands here. Now, Your suggestion is that when a federal judge issues a nationwide injunction, there should be an automatic stay and an expedited right of appeal. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Do you disagree with that?
I haven't given enough thought to have a position on it, Senator.
I suspect, Professor, your answer will be it depends on who's president.
No, Senator.
Let me ask you about this. What if we had a rule? I was reading an article the other day. I'm not suggesting it. I just want your opinions. That said, if a president, any president, issues an executive order, let's say, that clearly violates settled Supreme Court precedent, that a federal judge can't issue a nationwide injunction. For example,
thank you, Madam Chair. It never gets boring in here. And I'd like to say thank you to the witnesses for being here and for taking the time. Ms. DeVito, thank you for coming here. In your testimony, you said that Americans deserve a government that works for them, a government that makes their lives easier and more secure. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Great. I'd like to read through a couple of the grants that DOGE has pulled back, and I'd like to get your take on them. They pulled back a $1.5 million NIH grant to Morehouse College. It was called the Center to Advance Reproductive Justice and Behavioral Health among Black, pregnant / postpartum women and birthing people. Do you think that that makes Americans' lives easier and more secure?
I think that medical and scientific research of all types.
Do you think that that constitutes critical research? According to your testimony, NIH grants are critical research.
I think that government research of all types in the medical,
including a birthing people.
I think bench research of all types plays a fundamental role.
What is a birthing person?
Sir, I am here to talk about the DOGE impact.
Well, I'm asking you about this grant and you're defending it. So I'm asking you who is birthing people?
I am not familiar with this grant.
Mm-hmm.
I take a position that all kinds of government research, medical, pharmaceutical,
is a birthing person a woman? Is that another word for female?
That is outside the scope of my expertise.
Seems like erasure.
What did she just say?
Language to me. I've been told that.
The scope of my expertise. That is outside the scope. All kinds of government research, medical, pharmaceutical,
is a birthing person a woman? Is that another word for female?
That is outside the scope of my expertise.
Seems like erasure language to me. I've been told that type of vernacular constitutes erasure language. How about another one? How about the conference, Gender Equity in the Mathematical Study of Commutative Algebra? Do you think that that's a valid form of government spending?
I think mathematical research of all types is deserving of government.
What about studying, and this is directly from the National Science.
Yeah, apparently explaining what a birthing person is above her pay grade, or it's not in the scope of what she knows.
Foundation's website, Women and Non-Binary Mathematicians.
Again, I think all kinds of government investment should be dedicated toward mathematical.
All kinds of government investment. You don't have any kind of limit on what we're spending our money on, just everything? Is that your testimony?
I am talking about DOGE. You brought up
So am I. This is a grant that DOGE cut.
I am not familiar with this particular grant, but I think government investment in mathematical, biological.
Let's do another one. This one is called #Transcendent Health. Adapting an LGB+ inclusive teen pregnancy prevention program for transgender boys. I can't even say this without laughing.
What?
Mathematical, biological.
You
brought up
so am I. This is a grant that DOGE cut.
I am not familiar with this particular grant, but I think government investment in mathematical, biological.
Let's do another one. This one is called #Transcendent Health. Adapting an LGB+ inclusive teen pregnancy prevention program for transgender boys. I can't even say this without laughing. Do you think that that is a useful form of our tax spend?
I am not familiar with that grant, but I think bench research, government investment in scientific and pharmaceutical
Teen pregnancy
research.
for transgender boys. Do you think that that is a useful spend of our tax dollars?
I think government investment in all kinds of scientific research is of the utmost importance.
Including pregnancy prevention for transgender boys. Okay. Let me ask you, we can come back to this later maybe. Do you support abolishing the filibuster still?
I am here to talk about DOGE respectfully.
Right.
and-
We could abolish the filibuster and get a lot of DOGE cuts through. And you've written at length on your Twitter about abolishing the filibuster. I'm just curious if you think that we should do that still.
I did a lot of previous work on different topics because I am an economic policy expert, and respectfully, I'm here to talk about DOGE cuts.
Okay, but we could abolish the filibuster and get DOGE cuts. This is totally germane here. Do you think we should?
I am here to talk about DOGE cuts, not strategies for achieving more of them, but the harms that they have produced for working families.
That's a convenient change of opinion. I noticed that most of your comments about the filibuster were during the Biden administration. But we can move on. Let's go back to some more of these grants. Do you think that we should be spending money on, quote, the racialized basis of trait judgments from FACES?
I am not at all familiar with that grant.
It's a $500,000 NSF grant.
Okay, I am not familiar with the subject matter or the
Right,
particular
but you're
grant.
defending these.
I am saying that I think the government
You're pretty
has-
adamant against DOGE cuts.
Good catch, State Line. I didn't notice her ears, so you said that.
And I'm asking you if you support the cut.
They're like the ears of that guy that I saw doing the live stream in Huntington Beach yesterday.
That's
I think that there
DOGE
is
is found.
economic and medical.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, bro, those are legit. Yeah. Oh, dude.
You go into the office, she call you in.
Yes.
And she says what to you about your hair?
She told me that I had to cut my hair, that my hair had gotten too long and looked unmanaged.
Oh, okay. And what's wrong with that?
A lot is wrong with that.
Why? Why don't you want to look? I wouldn't hire you with that hair looking like that.
Why?
It's not. It doesn't
That's
look.
my natural hair texture.
It doesn't look professional.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this.
It doesn't look professional.
They're gonna leave now. We're leaving.
Hold on.
These are the leaders of Black Lives Matter controlling the people that are being interviewed, and they're telling them, you gotta leave. It's time to leave.
Yeah,
No.
you ready?
You're done, Michelle. Now you can stay, baby, and
Yeah.
I really don't know you.
Why is she?
right.
Why is she brought you
You
around?
traumatizing them. Stop letting your ass. Yeah, spectacle. Google me. My name's Jasmine Abdullah. I just sat here.
Are you her boss or something?
No, it's about black love.
Why are you
It's about
pushing her
love.
around?
You see how they're doing this because you're hurting them.
Why are you
You're
pushing them
hurting
around?
them, and you know they don't know what to say.
You're boxing everything in. This is not an open discussion at all.
I love you. I'm not angry with you. I love you and I feel sorry for you. I feel really bad for you. I love you. You got a lot of self-hate.
Stop pushing her around.
And it radiates. But you got a lot of self-hate.
Don't let that lady push you around.
No lady is pushing me around because I feel more attacked. It's about love, right?
Yeah.
He stayed there as
I
an
feel
ego.
attacked
He stayed
by
there because he's a
you,
man.
but
No, you can't punk me.
I fight.
You do.
I stand in my
Okay. All right.
We agreed to have an open conversation, not to be boxed into particular.
Is this a strong woman running right now?
Well,
He says, is this a strong woman running right now? Love it. Agree with Sean Williams. Sean Williams says BLM never helped any real black people. Yes, that is a very very true statement, depending who you ask.
actually, I think that's probably the best thing for her.
Hey, I know I should have, but
we're trying to do a TV. Mark, don't engage. Continue the show.
Is that a strong woman leaving?
Honestly, I think that was the best decision for her to make. I think it was the best decision for her to make because she is younger than I.
I'm sorry?
She is younger than I.
Anyway, I appreciate you coming, Andre. Andre Shirley.
Hopefully this inspired some black youth to actually get up and let their voices be heard. Apparently society will not understand if we don't just come and
thank
tell
you, buddy.
them. Thank you.
Give me a handshake there. Thank you.
No
Appreciate
problem,
you
brother.
coming. All right, thank you. Guys. And so how did your nature go from a natural nature of being a man or male to an unnatural nature of becoming a woman? How did that happen?
You said the unnatural nature of me becoming a woman?
Yeah, how, if you were born a natural male, right?
You're born a natural male.
Right, you were, right?
I am a male currently.
Beta.
Sitting here in front of you.
But how did you go from being a natural male to an unnatural woman?
Who's an unnatural woman?
But isn't homosexuality is like being a female feelings?
No.
What is it?
No.
What is it exactly?
Being gay is, or being gay, being a homosexual, whatever term like that a person wants to use to identify themselves. It's an innate state of being. It means that this is who that person is. If I'm not a woman, I'm a man sitting here in front of you having a conversation. I have a penis, just like you have.
Well,
a
you
penis.
do have the male parts, but now they're cutting that off too. Did you hear about that? We'll get to that. But do you feel inwardly? Do you feel like a male or you feel like a female?
I am a male sitting here in front of you.
No, but what do you feel like?
I feel like a male. And
inside?
I am a male sitting here in front of you.
I realize that, but inside, do you feel like a man or you feel like a woman?
I am a male sitting here in front of you. So that answers your question, right?
I know.
I don't feel like anything because I am a male.
You don't feel like neither male nor woman?
I am a male sitting here in front of you.
I realize that, but what made you think you're a homosexual then? If there's not a feeling on the inside, why do you think you're
homosexuality is not a feeling, it's a state of being. It's who the person innately is. It has nothing to do with creating a feeling that you're talking about. It's an innate it's the innate nature of who that person is. I innately am who I am. Me being gay or homosexual has nothing to do for me with being a man. It has everything to do with my preference and who I choose to sleep with.
What does the word innately mean? What does that mean? I'm black and slow. I don't know what that means.
The word innate, the word innate means that I'm not changing or I'm not becoming something else. I am who I am.
Just before we started the show, you said that you introduced your, is he your husband or your wife? Is that your husband? He gonna be your husband or your wife?
I'm gonna end this interview.
So you're gay? I didn't know you were gay. How did you become gay?
Why? Because
that's amazing.
We're ending this right now.
Why you want to end?
We're ending it.
Well, wait, come back.
Take this off. When you want to have a real conversation, call me. No, you're bullshitting me,
come
and
back.
I'm not gonna be a part of that. Come take this off of me, or I'm gonna take it with me.
Beta. But why are you running?
Come take this off of me, or I'm gonna take it with me.
I didn't know you were gay.
Please take it off of me.
Really?
You're disrespecting me.
How did you become gay? But no, I'm asking you really.
Please take it off.
Am I asking him a real serious question?
No, I'm saying, just let them take their recording. They're trying to get a reaction. What's that?
It's okay.
No, be quiet.
No, that's not what
okay, so.
Just take it off.
Yeah.
But tell me why you're running.
Down?
I'm not running, sir, but when you want to have a real conversation, you have my information.
But you said that you were gonna.
When you want to have a real conversation.
You said
when
that
you want to have a real conversation.
You said you're gonna marry this guy.
When you want to have, he's a guy. You're calling him a female. You're being disrespectful.
I asked if you were gonna call him husband or wife. Come back. Do you want to be interviewed? No. Amazing. Well, they gone. And I know that these people are doing that and they call it a marriage. So I want to just kind of lay out that first. I had no idea that he was going to run, because if they are proud of being what they are and they say that it's normal, you would think that they would want to talk about it. But apparently not.
It's like, well, if going out on a date with a guy makes me a slut, then that's just what I'm going to be.
I don't think going out on a date make you a slut, but having sex with different men makes you a slut.
And that's where I get this sound from, right here.
You're a slut. You're a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker.
What does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker. Men don't want sluts as wives and mothers of their children.
Who cares? You can't live your life for no man. It's not about men. Who cares about men? If I sat here and lived my life for a man, I would be miserable.
But you do understand that a man would not want a slut to be the mother of his children,
That's
right?
not true because...
Not real men.
I agree with you, Random, and that's why I don't have any dogs or cats, bro. I grew up with dogs my whole life. Can't do it. I need to be free to go on vacations and things. With fish, I can kind of do that. It's not hard. It's not as hard as with cats and dogs.
What is a real man, Jesse? What is a real man? You?
Yes.
I don't get the same respect that white Americans get.
From whom?
From people in general. Are you serious?
And why not?
Why not? Because I'm a black male, and I'm an educated black male. I'm a threat. What are you talking about?
Who are you a threat to?
I'm a threat to anybody.
Are you a threat to white people?
I'm a threat to them. I'm a threat to you.
How are you a threat to me? But so you feel like you're a threat?
I feel that anytime that you
don't even look like a threat.
I don't look like a threat, but
Why think that way?
It's not the fact. It's through watching.
You're too nice of a guy to live that way. Are you a Christian?
I am not.
You're not a Christian?
No.
And where do you put yourself as concerning religion?
Maybe I'm multi-religious, if that makes sense.
No.
I am a person who believes in faith and goodness holistically.
Amazing. I've noticed that women today, not all, but mostly liberal women, they pretend to be tough, but yet when you see these type of movements, they are saying that they're weak. You know, they need laws, and they accuse men. It's as though they don't know how or have the strength to say no to a man or to walk away. Whereas when I was growing up, women were stronger. And if they didn't want to do anything with you, you knew it. You said, okay, fine. You know, what happened to these women that they're so weak that they need to pass laws? They're always complaining. They're starting movements, while yet you hear them say, "Oh, I'm a strong woman. I'm strong. I'm wonderful. It's like they're lying. Lies. Satan is your daddy, woman. In there somewhere. Because a strong woman or a strong person wouldn't be crying and passing laws and trying to hurt other people. They would defend themselves. They would go on with life because life offers so many challenges. Are they weak or are they strong? I don't know what they are and what they want. And it's mostly liberal women, feminist kind of people.
We have found that it actually takes great strength to come forward to tell your story. And
it doesn't take much strength to do that.
It does.
It takes strength to say, hey, guy, I don't want to have sex with you. Leave me alone.
There were plenty of white, privileged oppressors that took advantage of the system to continue to abuse and oppress African Americans who are great contributors of society.
When did that happen and when?
What?
All throughout history. As soon as white people started going to Africa and pulling people against their will onto slave ships.
They didn't do that.
That didn't happen. That's a made-up lie. The blacks were sold to the Arabs by other blacks, elitist black, rich blacks, kings, and then those Arabs took them to other parts of the world and sold them. The white man didn't just go to Africa to get some Negroes. That was made up.
Exactly, state line.
Either way, they were sold against their will. A human being is not to be bought or sold. They're not a commodity.
But it wasn't about a so-called white privilege male.
Okay, let's substitute the word white for Arab then.
No, yeah, it was.
That's fine.
The Arabs who did it. And yes, maybe that was wrong, but the white man didn't do it. So likewise...
But it was still wrong,
It's such a very interesting point you're making, because likewise, these liberal women, they could be making up lies too, just like you thought that was the truth. They could be pushing a lie as well with a hidden agenda. Is that possible?
No.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
How about a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
How about a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
I can see that you're a human being, but do you consider yourself a feminist?
It's a good, it's a good question. That's something that's been asked of me quite a lot recently.
Sure, yeah. And what is feminism?
Okay. Well, feminism is a movement both socially and anthropologically in recent modern history, although it has existed previously throughout civilization, in many cultures, whereas it's concerned for women's rights, whether that's equality or education or the right to work or reproductive rights, and that happens through social activism, through lawmaking, education, so on and so forth. My definition, I think a feminist, in its most fundamental, just so we're clear, the most fundamental, simplest form is somebody that looks at a woman and goes, hey, you're cool.
That's a very interesting statement. And so I need a short answer. I've never asked anyone this before. How does a man look at a woman and not think she's attractive and think sex? How is that possible?
They just, they make a choice not to do it.
But it's okay for men to look at women and go, yeah.
I think any man that says that they, if any man says that they don't do that in their head, they're probably lying.
Yeah.
Probably.
And women too, right?
Absolutely. It's a human thing.
Are feminists in competition with men? Yes or no?
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
I got that impression from those godless women at the Golden Globe Award, that they were in competition with men.
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Do you love men?
Do I love men? I do.
You do?
I do.
And what is love?
I think that, what is human love? Like, what is love between two people?
No, just what is love? A woman accused a man of sexual assault. Should we just take her word at it, or just hear her out, but wait until the evidence presents itself?
I think, well, I mean, being the founder of the I Believe You project, our aim is to have belief be the default position for all survivors of sexual violence.
Before the proof?
I think that it's important that we hear them out. It is what is not okay.
Believe it though, right?
There are countless women and men who have brought forth proof to community leaders, the system, law enforcement, whatever, and they are disbelieved regardless of the proof.
Well, that's a different story. But just because someone says it, should we believe them just because they said it?
I think it's worth reserving judgment.
That's her.
You believe there's a Satan?
Yes, of course there's a Satan.
So why do you believe there's a Satan but not a God?
Because Satan is real. Evil is real.
But good is not?
No.
Good is not real?
No.
But evil is real?
Correct.
And are you a good man or an evil man?
I'm a good man.
But how are you good then?
I get my goodness from Satan.
But you just said Satan is evil.
Okay.
Immigration is not leaving the headlines anytime soon. As Joe Biden said to Barack Obama, it's a big effing deal. I have with me Juan Rosas. He is of the Border Angels. Explain to us what Border Angels.
Correct.
What's his last name?
Morones.
Morones.
It is.
Have you ever been in love with a man like that?
No, I haven't.
Do you know anyone who's in love like that?
Yes, I do.
And you think that's real love?
I believe so.
You don't love this country.
According to you.
No, you don't love the country.
Okay.
And the reason I say that because you're not putting your country first.
Why is that?
Because you don't love her. You don't love your country. Do you think they should be allowed to come in?
Like I mentioned earlier, every case is an individual case. So it would be determined, and if they have probable cause to stay, then yes, they should stay.
This is mind-blowing. How about sanctuary cities and states? Are you in favor of that?
Yes, I am.
SMH. Why don't you guys stay there and build your own country? You have enough. The economy is the 6th largest. If you guys stood up and fight in Mexico the way you fight to get them here, then you can make Mexico great again.
Well, because, Mexico may be rich, and it has, and like you say,
maybe, it is.
It is rich. But then again, when it comes to
the way you fight to break the law and disrespect us, once you get here, why not use that same energy in your country?
Because right now, as it is, as far as wages go for people to work in Mexico, it is very
because you're not
poor.
fighting back there. They have the 6th largest economy. You can fight back and create money.
And people have been fighting back.
No, you guys are here fighting us. Do you think America is a racist country?
Yes, it is.
It is.
It's becoming more.
So if it's racist, why do they let you people in here? Are you an honest man?
Yes, I am.
You're an honest man.
Yes, I am.
You are an honest man.
Yes, I am.
The founder of your organization, Enrique?
Correct.
What's his last name?
Morones.
Morones. Called Trump a racist. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Amazing. It's like, what's real, in all honesty, not that I've been honest through this whole thing, what really just bothered my mind is that the white folks let you guys come into the greatest country on this side of heaven, and the reason you want to come here is
on this side of heaven?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason you want to come here because it is the greatest country. And so they made a horrible mistake by creating a constitution that says, let them in, and then you guys come in and you call them racist.
Did you just say trans people are messed up?
Yeah, they're like.
He makes a good point. Dude, they create it's the greatest country on earth. They let you in. It's the country with the most open arms. And you come in and call everyone racist. And you think that's cool.
Abnormal. Like they've been.
Correct.
What's his last name?
Morones.
Morones. Called Trump a man.
Hold on.
Yes, I am. Correct.
What's his last name?
Morones.
Morones.
Correct.
What's his last name?
Morones.
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 What's his last name?
Morones.
Morones.
Correct.
What's his last name?
Morones.
Morones. Called Trump a racist. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Amazing. It's like, what's real, in all honesty, not that I've been honest through this whole thing, what really just bothered my mind is that the white folks let you guys come into the greatest country on this side of heaven, and the reason you want to come here is
on this side of heaven?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason you want to come here because it is the greatest country.
Yep.
And so they made a horrible mistake by creating a constitution that says, let them in, and then you guys come in and you call them racist.
Did you just say trans people are messed up?
Yeah, they're like abnormal. Like they've been traumatized. Why would you not identify what a real woman is because people who are confused about who they are might be offended when you might be able to help them by really identifying what a woman is and what a man is, and they may think about it and overcome their traumas.
Did you just say real woman?
Right.
So you think that there are women that aren't real women?
Yes.
Okay, like what?
A lesbian.
A lesbian's not a real
transgender.
woman?
Do you think men who take off the body parts and put on women body parts, like breasts and all that, and put on dresses, are they women or are they still, are they women or are they still men?
Sorry, ask the question again.
You know how there are transgenders? Let me do this. Transgenders now, and they're confused about their identity. So you heard of Bruce Jenner, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all know Bruce is a man, but he took off the body part. Where you going?
I'm leaving.
Why are you leaving?
Because.
What?
Because what you're saying is extremely offensive, and I'm not going to sit here for it.
Come and tell me why.
There we go.
You're running?
Yep.
But I thought you were open-minded. You're not open-minded?
Nope, what you're saying is hurtful and very dangerous.
And took off. What is a man?
Biologically, there are certain plumbing and chromosomes.
Right.
Beyond that, men are whoever they want to be.
What does that mean?
Means if a man wants to be tender and compassionate, or if he wants to be ambitious, or he wants to be brave, a soldier, or something like that, whatever men want to be, whatever feeds them internally, that's what a man is.
So he decides what he wants to be? What the?
And certainly has a lot more options to make those decisions for himself, yeah.
So
What
is a tender and passionate man a man, or is that a girly man?
No, it's certainly a man, yeah.
It's not a girly man?
Girly there becomes a derogatory term.
Would you agree with me that Barack Obama is and was a girly man when he was the president?
No, no, I thought he was rather strong.
And what was strong about him?
For one particular element, the resistance to strike back, the resistance to doing that shows a sort of strength and reserve. Certainly he was much more tender than other presidents.
Tender, yeah, he was very tender.
And there's a chance when somebody is emotional that they're more connected with their fundamental humanity, which I think appeals to a much larger segment of the country than, say, in the 1930s or the 1960s.
And so are you a tender man?
And therein lies the problem.
That's amazing.
I hope to be.
Are you tender?
I think I am, but a better judge of that would be the people who know me best.
Right.
My spouse, my daughter, my...
So does your wife think that you're a tender man?
I think she does. She's told me that, yes.
Beta male. Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male. She like that?
Yeah.
Women don't normally like tender men. They like masculinity. They like men who, like a Donald Trump.
Except for the women who complain about being sexually harassed and are walked in on when Donald Trump walks into the back room in the Miss USA.
So you're gay? How did you become gay?
Gay pageant.
But tender people are not powerful people.
I think Jesus was tender, and I think Jesus was powerful.
No, he was not tender. He was anything but tender.
I think we have a different analysis of Jesus then.
He was like a Donald Trump, but he did it perfectly.
I don't think Donald Trump is even a sad attempt.
Waffle, bro. We got a lot. I got a lot for you, bro. I got 2.5 pages of him.
Are you out of your cotton picking mind?
That's a lie.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Bro, it's on.
I didn't know you were gay. So you are gay? What the? How did you become gay? Satan is your daddy, woman.
Satan is your daddy, woman.
Satan is your daddy, woman.
Imitating Jesus.
Donald Trump is strong. He's outspoken. He's honest.
Hell yeah, bro.
He get the job done in spite of oppositions that gets in his way. He doesn't mind speaking his mind. He call it as it is. If you attack, he's going to attack back. That's Jesus.
I'll agree. He is forthright. He does say what's on his mind.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Well, it's different from many politicians who are trying to parse their words because saying the wrong thing could have global consequences.
Those are tender men. And so are you both man and woman?
Now we're teasing out the difference between masculine and male.
Right.
I'm male because of my plumbing, although I could be lying about that and you have no idea what my plumbing
Especially
is.
nowadays.
Right. But am I masculine? I try to be caring, I try to be responsible, I try to be adult, I try to be engaged and enthusiastic and thoughtful and tender and sensitive and all of those things. And I think women are that way, as well as people who don't share a gender binary at all.
That's amazing to me. Are you happy being that way?
Oh yeah, my life is better.
Come on, Jesse, give it
the
to him.
feminist goal because it's the right thing to do. Women ought to be treated equally. Also, the benefits that come to me because women I care about get treated well. The benefits that come to me because friends who are women and colleagues get promoted too. The benefits that I get because my relationships, both with men, because I can be close with another man, I could walk hand in hand with him.
Beta.
Come on, bro. What are you talking about?
Beta male.
And I'm feeling an incredibly close and good connection, but I'm not worried about somebody saying I'm gay.
I don't think you're gay, but you seem to be more woman than you are man. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I disagree.
But all of your qualities
Have you noticed that? He said.
are that.
Promoted to the benefits that I get because my relationships, both with men, because I can be close.
Gay, but you seem to be more woman than you are man. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I.
Is that another soundbite for me? 38:14. I'm saving it. Maybe we add that to our list. 38:14 minutes. Sweet. I think that's another clip for us on our board. Right here.
Gay, but you seem to be more woman than you are man. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I disagree.
But all of your qualities are that of a woman. You don't have any manly qualities. And you don't even seem to know what they are.
Oh my God.
I think I've heard what goes inside the man box all my life. Tony Porter has talked through that. Oh my stars. I've heard what it is to be a man, and I've rejected a lot of those. When it comes to masculinity, this is Robert Jensen said, when it comes to masculinity, I'm more of an abolitionist than I am a reformer.
Amazing.
Wow.
That's a piece of what I'm expected to do.
No, were you feeling that way? That at the time when you're hanging out with your buddies, and you're like, man, I sure would like to do Sally Lou up. Wow, she's fine. Was that your desire to control women?
It's a piece that objectifies women and says, I want that, not as a person.
Right, but
I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested in her and her physical form because of what I'd like to do to her physical form.
Right.
Yeah, I got that whole thing.
You were feeling like, at the time when you were having this conversation, you were thinking, wow, I would love to control that woman, or were you thinking, I would love to have sex with that woman?
In that place, those are so intimately connected, it would be hard to tease out.
Which one were you thinking?
This guy is completely psycho, bro. You could see it in his face.
But so when women are saying those same exact things about men in the locker room, are they saying they want to control men? And is that sexism?
The disempowered.
That's a dangerous guy sitting right there.
Empowered group, whatever that group is, always has.
He's worse than a beta, bro. He's not. He actually, beta doesn't even do it justice. He's dangerous.
Strategies, tactics, methods to try and either preserve their lives, preserve their jobs, try and get ahead, kind of work within the situation.
Give me a yes or no. When women are having locker room talk about men, how they want to get with them and rock their world and do that, are they saying they are trying to control? They want to control men?
I think
yes or no? I'm black and I'm slow, so you have to give me a yes or no. So are they saying that they want to control men?
I don't think so. Not in the same way.
Really? And is
lesbian-y.
Is that sexism?
I don't think women can be sexist.
Is that sexism? Yes or no?
No.
That is mind-blowing. So when women do it, no problem. When men do it,
I didn't say it was
sexism.
Wrong.
But you're not calling. Why would you?
No.
Is that sexism? So are they saying that they want to control men?
I don't think so. Not in the same way.
Really? And is that sexism?
I don't think women can be sexist.
Is that sexism?
Gamma?
Yes or no?
No.
Gamma?
That is mind-blowing. So when women do it, no problem. When men do it,
I didn't say it was
sexism.
wrong.
But you're not calling.
I still
Why would
think-
you not be fair and balanced?
The difference in power in the social structures,
But
I
they're
think,
not- they're not
requires a
in power.
different language.
These are women who are in power. They're in the locker room, and they're saying the exact same thing that men say. And you say, no, that's not sexism or the desire to control men?
I'm saying that the language that I use about women talking about men and the language I use about men talking about women ought to reflect the different power relationships within a male supremacist society.
That is so.
Fucking state line, bro. He's got a black leather mask with a diagonal zipper.
Insane. Your language
Shit,
is
bro.
deceiving. That is mind-blowing to me. That's not honest language. Do you realize by going against men that you're going against your own nature? You have decided, you know what, I don't like being a man. I don't like my nature. I'm going to go against it and fight with women who hate men.
Actually, I don't think that at all. I don't hate being a man.
But you're going against yourself.
I'm going against what a male supremacist society says is my
But that doesn't even
self-interest.
exist. There's no such thing as a male supremacist society. That's just said in order to control men.
Yep.
In order to control men?
Yes.
Yep.
How so?
You say male supremacist society. That's not positive.
No, I don't think it's positive.
And you made up something that doesn't exist.
When only men can vote.
But
and
women can
cannot-
vote. They've been
Yeah,
able to
that's-
vote ever since.
Yes. Was it a male supremacist society once?
That's not now. It's never been a male supremacist society. But there was a time when boys were boys and men were men. Men led the way. And women who love being women followed that way because they knew it was the right way.
And
then you got these godless women who hate men. They're trying to change that order, and you're going with them.
I think feminists love men and want what is best for women.
Again, in short, what's wrong?
Feminists not only don't love men, they hate men. They also don't love women. Feminists are against their own kind. They're against women.
With the traditional gender roles.
I think that
they want women to stop having babies, stop doing what women do. They want women to start competing with men, which they themselves don't want to do. I said this before on my channel. When's the last time you seen a woman plumber? Is it because the men are holding them back from being plumbers? No, it's because they don't want to do that. If it's up to feminists, 50% of our plumbers would be women. And those women would hate it.
Traditional gender roles constrain, they stymie, they restrict what any human being ought to be allowed to do.
Man, God is not going to be happy with you.
Apparently not.
You're rejecting God.
You're not happy with yourself, man.
You're rejecting your own identity. He's not going to be, hold on. Yes, he's not happy. When women take off their female body parts, they go to the doctor cut them off, cut it off, and then you look over here, you get the parts of a male, and you attach them to the woman. That seem normal to you?
Transgender is among the most complicated issues in a society that benefits men over every other understanding of gender.
Does it seem normal to you that you will have to, as a human being, you will have to cut off your physical parts and take on some other gender's parts?
I hope that everyone can.
No, I didn't ask what you hope. I'm asking, does that seem normal?
Yeah, and I'm going to still go with hope. I hope that everyone gets to behave the way they want to without social sanction.
But does it seem normal?
It's not common.
Do you like being a man?
Yes.
You do like being a man, but thinking like a woman.
I don't think I think like a woman. I think like a man.
No, you don't. I'm here to tell you, you don't.
I think what you're trying to say is I appear to be thinking in feminine ways.
No, you think like a woman.
I don't think so.
I want to be real clear.
Okay.
You think like a woman. Welcome to the Fallen State. I'm Jesse Lee Peters. Does it seem normal to you?
Want to, without social sanction.
But does it seem normal? I want to be real clear.
Okay.
You think like a woman. Welcome to the Fallen
Oh my God.
State. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. My guest has helped countless celebrities and regular people to examine their problem. And I have with me the one, the only, Dr. Drew. At one time I smoked pot. You ever smoke pot?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, what kind of? No. Okay.
But I didn't like it.
No.
I think it gave me panic attacks.
It gave me that too. So, I would get high on pot and I couldn't function around people because I wasn't for sure how I sound, how I look.
You have social anxiety for pot.
I would be on the way to the club with my friends and they would pass the joint. I'm like, you don't want to give it to me because
I'll ruin the night.
Right. And I would tell them that, so they would pass it to me. By the time we get to the club, I could not go in. And they get angry and have to take me back home.
Yeah.
What do you think of the backlash that Kanye gets from the black community? Because in the black community, I don't know if you know this, you're not allowed to be an individual. You must be on the plantation.
Well, that's what Candace Owens keeps saying, and I like that. I like that she's saying, think for yourself, think for yourself, think for yourself. Just think for yourself. Well, that's what Kanye was saying, was think for yourself. But
you're not allowed to do that. I've been called Uncle Tom, sellout, the N-word. I've been called the N-word so many times. I'm thinking of changing my middle name from Jesse Lee Peterson to Jesse N. Peterson.
Yeah, that speak. Whoops, I'm sorry. Somebody's ringing my phone.
That's your wife?
Yeah.
Your wife calling?
No.
About to say beta. Blacks didn't have that hatred when they were growing. When I was growing, they were more religious. They got married. They had their children under the umbrella of marriage. They knew not to hate because there's, even with the Jim Crow laws, you know what they told us?
Yeah.
All white people are not for the Jim Crow laws. This is the government. They made it known to us all white people were not for that. And so they didn't encourage us to hate, they encouraged us to love.
You should have hated it.
No. You see what's wrong, you speak up against it, but don't hate it because when you hate it, it overtakes you.
Do you ever read
a
philosopher named Epictetus?
No. Was he black?
Well, he is now. because you're speaking his tongue. He's a famous Stoic philosopher.
But he had no hate, and he did very well in life.
Well, I don't think Martin Luther King had hate.
No,
I don't think he did.
He did not. Isn't that amazing?
He had a middle-aged white guy thing.
But see, I want you to stop that.
I will.
Because the truth has no color.
I will.
And white people have been afraid to tell black people the truth. So if you see your fellow man hurting, or woman hurting, you tell them the truth because you want them to get over it and only the truth. No, is it possible to have inner peace? My guest today is Lama Jigme Gyatso.
What the?
Okay. My audience will want to know why you're sitting on a box and not on a chair.
Okay, several reasons. One, as a professional contemplative, who on a good day meditates and chants 6 to 8 hours a day, this is how I spend my life.
Oh, okay. I just found out that you're Jewish.
Yes.
So you are a Jew who is a liberal, controversial Buddhist monk. How did that happen to you?
That's a long story. I'm Lama Jigme, and you're not. When I see what happens
What the hell is going on, chat? What is going on right now?
Black Americans at the hands of the police with very little, if any, accountability, it's horrific.
But you see it an illusion. I want to ask you this.
A rabbi once said,
let me say this.
Never again is not just for the Jews, it's for all beings.
Well, let me say this to you. Black Lives Matter is lying to you. Blacks are suffering due to the destruction of the family and the lack of moral character. It has nothing to do with racism. Racism is made up to control black people by keeping them angry at the white man, and then to intimidate white people in order to get power and wealth. There's no such thing as racism. Blacks suffer
Well,
due
that's
to lack
quite
of
a
moral
statement.
character.
How are you going to prove there's no such thing as racism? How are you going to prove that negative?
It's because if you look at it's easy to prove that
And
there's
by the
no...
way, I'm having trouble supporting my back right now because
Right,
of the
yeah,
injury,
we'll
so I'm
wind it
going
down.
like this right now,
Yeah, I
not
noticed
because I'm
that.
trying to be aggressive, but because I'm trying not to fall over.
So this is what I want to ask. Since you believe this lie, is it possible that everything else you believe is wrong?
As a white-ish, because a lot of people don't consider Jews white, but as a white-ish guy, I've seen cops treat me than other folk differently.
Because you followed the orders of the cop. You didn't give them a rough time. You were not a criminal. You didn't have a record, right?
No record.
You had your driver's license and car insurance, right?
But the thing is, from my own
so
experience...
is it possible that all these other things that you believe, could that be a lie? Because you truly believed into a lie about racism.
There's a vast difference between a possibility and a probability. We were told that ceramic was an insulator.
That's right, Random. He doesn't actually sit there for hours, like you said, because that's a lie.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
And then in the 80s, we learned that not only is it a conductor, it's a superconductor.
So you're going to find out one day you're wrong about a whole bunch of other things. You have back pain right now, right?
I do.
I've got a lot of family here, some of
He says I do.
whom are here in the audience tonight. I also had my first abortion at the Seattle Planned Parenthood. Yay! Notice I said first. If I could Yelp review it, I totally would.
Yes! I had abortion in Seattle. Abortion is still one of the most divisive issues in America today. I have with me Dr. Willie Parker, an OBGYN specializing in abortions. He's also the author of Life's Work, a moral argument for choice. Dr. Parker has been featured in Esquire, NPR, New York Times, Rolling Stone, Newsweek, and more. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
What made you decide, you know what, I'm going to do abortions?
Somebody once said when you wrestle with your conscience and you lose, you actually win. The reality is that 1 in 3 women in this country by the time they're age 45 will have an abortion.
Amazing.
And it's the most common health care procedure that is offered. It's also one of the safest, but it's also one of the most controversial because it is a decision that is unique to women. My awareness as a physician of what happens to women when that care is not available convicted me around what it meant to be a woman's health care provider and to be a Christian, which ultimately led me to conclude that there was nothing doctrinally or specific about abortion in sacred texts, whichever one you're talking about, nor was there anything that prohibited women from having control over their lives and their bodies to make the same decisions that men are entitled to make as moral agents.
That's amazing. How is abortion a health care procedure?
So when a woman has a pregnancy that affects her health or that she decides to end, if she doesn't have an opportunity to end it safely, anything that risks or ends your, what about a female child who's carrying a child? Does a woman have a right to thrive?
She has a right, and so does the unborn child.
Okay, and so when those interests are competing, whose interests
They're
are
not
important?
competing.
Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor?
Only in the ego mind of the selfish woman that want to kill the child.
So a
you
woman,
don't have to be a doctor to know that, man. This past June, you were interviewed as part of a...
All right, boys. Dude, it's midnight here in Southern California, and I got to be back on tomorrow morning. Before I go to the gym, tomorrow is, actually it's open. I can do either leg day or upper body. And so I got to go hit the gym as well. So click top, then all. Night, y'all. Guys, thanks for coming on. I'm going to call it quits right now, and then we're going to go ahead and we'll be back on tomorrow morning. Monday mornings, always a lot of fun stuff happening. Definitely going to be some current events, some new things coming out of the White House, I'm sure. Join us on the Discord, guys. We got the Discord. There's a link, State Line. Thank you for putting it up, man. I have also a link on my YouTube channel homepage. There's a link there as well. So if you want to go to the Discord, we're on there when we get off. Love you guys. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for joining. We are alive at the same time, guys. Can you believe it? And it's not for long. Let's enjoy it. Let's learn. Let's grow. Let's do it together. Love you guys. I'll see you till next time.